Ẹ̀yọ̀yọ̀ káyé wò mọ́ yé.
etimi ediama on YouTube Fakye TV also more what they join here oba subscribe ne kama pa wa bomodia comment na wa share na nua so no enye bia hwe na tutuera koye pa etimi ediama no ne ye ukuara ye ba ne ya ba be din koma odo na ba nsem no e dos ye papa ne nyinam ye be na etimi the latest update no ewramu kama pa etimi ediama na de tienie ene ye bomodina the Spanish Premier Liga Barca against Espanyol se Barca foreign Real Madrid lose against Real Mallorca in Barcelona bomode at the season 2024-2025 now mun komono ene se ne Messi ebobo ede ba no Madrid yes no mo 13 players o makano o mo endu 10 ni na be na ye de ho sesem no aba be rametimi era ma be wa fie na ya bie mu no ye din koma hodo na e de amamo kama pa still Krobia Komasi Asante Kotoko Coach Beneba Ababe handle mo eno zo echi no ada news no ba de abara aboa na bibia akoye pa etimi edi amamo adwenkere bra in a form of text message e be kenkan etimi edi amao 020-754-3637 Luta beba edi ebe roma amano ne ye den ho ye koba ya pe de akibia eto aso etimi edi amamo.
This is sports.
So still era su jama ye bo adwu ebo ma na ma deda ye kama pere ma to join ya obetimi a join ya na abo na hihye na koye maka zan on Facebook no obo mo de na wetimi era ba za GT so wa good afternoon Fakye Sport hope Liverpool sign Fran Vit and GT keep us update in the world of transfer. Van Dijk Kingsley update about Chelsea. Omar Gaddafi good afternoon watch you live from Serie Camp. Update me on Chelsea and transfer news. Habib also Apo Modia Shene Kama Pedro Amodini Cruz. Happy birthday to me, Pedro Amodini Cruz. Abu, you are live from Indianapolis, Kumasi Town, also Kesben Junction, the other Ebabe Rano Filippo Kwabri Kesen. We are enjoying the best sports show and a happy birthday to my daughter, friend Paul Mansui Charles Felix Filippo. Nejodi Eramono. Good afternoon, Abu. And I want more update on my darling team, Real Madrid. You know, Branty Feni do say Samuel. Nejodi Eramono. So they are no by in a form of text message on the Facebook. Yabomodini Kenkai Etimi Ediamao, Obetimido Dianaba, Ere Eromo WhatsApp, Yavena Kekeri Ama 020-754-3637, 020-754-3637. YouTube, Okwana was subscribing and Kama Pana, Abuana Dema Dedimpa, Etimiera Mada Genio, Yabrani Romu, Manonia Kona, Yaka Kofa, Manonis, and Etimiera, but Kin Bibi Aboko there. All right, yeah, tuto ma pebe wo modena yetimi akona ye ramna fi nsema odona eramu kama pa so etimi ede amamo na bibi ade da ye soro etimi era ma keza bibi a hye ye de nyame atum na oso e oh me so me ho den a bibi e ko kama pa etimi era na mo ze Madrid players no man ka say
I saw maka 12
hey
na Rodrigo akasa o se o de
Afibie Sanyo.
Now,
they can't come over so that between a league in midweek.
Oh, yes. Yampa Wichina.
Our major league.
Nemo Omukojia, Abu Pramano. Also, we're Catalan derby.
Yeah.
Nti omo Espanyol be the last 2 seasons.
Mekai pa.
Anka America mu anya de anka omo choma hwe omo.
Mekai pa.
Abra omo ko relegation am hwe omo.
Yeah.
Na ene coaches mienu ahia. A chere se omo ye ba ko bibia no. Lemom sabe osebosi wasachrampo. Na nche se fe na num.
Odi dabi o yan fe ni kwa. But those Espanyol mo now for party Real Madrid.
Sir.
Espanyol.
Okay.
Omo now for party Real Madrid. Ti say.
Ne say omo kubi ma mo.
Da wa ntima konko bi na me kubi ma. Wa jadi party la lo shero la ben no wa ntimi a ken. Obi na me konko ma. Tu de ma mi jamu fa ma wo. Na fire kwa ma no ne bra. Why?
Mate. Brennan sense na we na ye be breaking it down. Na ya touching it down. Na ya knocking it down. Na nya dajajaja mu yompo wa mo ni nsemo. Fami ekoteki na uramo teki na bo 545. Animre pa uramo teki a ba Turkish Super Cup fana no. Etimi atodwa eno Galatasaray and Trabzonspor and the Epim so na ukorama ya ni gisem na seti my friend Galatasaray ba Turkish Cup watima conference makuma ku 23 ama Galatasaray win 18 now chetima yeah Trabzonspor on swetima conference 16 times am netima win 9 and no mienu de pim so 5:45 p.m. and a game no ebetima to drama bi biatima efe na ukopem antokwasi between two clubs and supporters lingina no se Galatasaray shopkeepers or and a Trabzonspor supporters by mentimo say argument cause so am to quality be shemo no and I will trip for Fakye TV so professional football there and ya go pramano kwan so on sanu timiko omoma utimi gu headings amani timi ye where two teams are and then you remember see akai and almost supporters in tokwadi aginam na en tokwadi nya almost sign ekun mbiamia bebre amo sampa and obiani abre obia person oje and Turkish Cup ama braya kama na ultra after tokwano etimi so ama security personnel aba separate omo ebe kamun tokwano and supporters in both teams as say said the atiam one say ye picture ye Ramo Stadium or ye just Geneko ama bia swetima ye kama and ye Galatasaray and a Trabzonspor almost supporters and so far Cabo picture na mamia kwada ketwano just 9 years of age na akwada wo kopiem as what take wajiti papa na akwada way and osimlebe cham na on oye Fenerbahce supporter na emom owura from Victor Osimhen Adaroma and o support to Galatasaray and the Galebo was simlebe cham se oka Fenerbahce okomo sempone on 9-year-old boy way one Pechayam so as we know Victor Osimhen T were Galafo fan were Galatasaray or diehard supporter and no idea by chechamo as to adamamo no mamimra more tennis mukakra not what number one Janik Sena and now Okopiemo, the latest pope in town, the latest pope in the world, and no a Pope Liao or American now Ukoramo sports there or Jada sports too much now Ucha Tenasa what number one Janik Sena and now Utmi Epe a Katasi Chase Nevesitini Kama I'm a Bia fine now Oramana and Ultra Pope Leo and so what J racket TV and so travel Pia Kama and a born tennis ball and what be at Tosinian Center but tennis event to go Italy official me involved or air friend and no Ramo of Vaticana that's offer no order and no any Roma church I'm breaking it down at the Amamo not my small boy now where we are practice fun now Uko Roma could away and that what to me I donation watch out there Ninansa Oshia Anthony and watch Anthony there where Spider-Man keychain where a Spider-Man or more at the eye chain I just as a fan of Mudiache Anthony now Anthony so so Gian and Yajo Papa was a Chadena Kodano, Edia Channel, a Beman good luck, a Beman all the best, a game Pio Besiakai, no Mapokoye Ediamano, Anthony Niache, Chesampa, or Copia Moria Betis, or Baguma Papa, where Betis Akodakitwa, and Profodia, and Quadacha, dear Ghana, I'll be before, Misum Kumalawa Free, Debia Bamu Jeja, Debia Meta, Sebimra Pie, oh, Dapen Papa, and no, and Debia, oh, something for the boys, Debia and a senior man, and a godfather, oh, now big man, showing way, do still do. That's how could that way, ne Papa Deneko, now watch some Pantonia Juma, or Bobayama Omono, or Mania so, one if you were Pusan in some way or the Spider-Man, keychain, and what Daman Tony Anthony Sanchez Ampa, Adeno Esompo Edimano, and a Pinotian Forest, almost striker, you're very Taiwo, I wouldn't hear me better story Edimao, as a game against Leicester, or Rano Echo Prae, Emma Omukwan surgery, after surgery Okokoma, reporter, a Pinotian Forest, and Swayepa, as a good news, Epa, in answer player, no, Nikoma no Quene, and a open Koma Napa, and ne and Obebata as for Hasiswa, Obetmini Dim Como, Obetmakasa, I'm a pias with my fire, and no at the Dawa, ye Jechamo at Yamamo, na and watchy, Mammy, the double decker man, Eric Ten Hag, reporter Eba, as Reverend Chabi Alonso, or Real Madrid, Leverkusen team and Opai, Meya Jumatimamo, as some contacting Como, Omo Bosa, your friend Fabrica Sanka Jumano, Omrano Meye, Emma Fab at Leverkusen Force, and no so me a sense, say that Akwasi, Eric Ten Hag, so former Manchester United manager, the double decker man, reporter Mete, as no, or your potential candidate, or better for Jumana Bipia, as what my kama, and no Adiapa, now Kopemo OGC Nisa, or better to a bar, and you are best player of the season, our OGC is now my boy now, your friend Ivan Gusan, or no, and Omotimano, now Ivan Gusada, that's a performance, some say the season under review, or Berguma Papa, or Sefata, and say Brabe Kamana, or Messi video na. Mammy Traka Kamasa, a man for some Messi, Messi and Gaga Papa, Messi and a war ne balcony, ni fear and Wabajin anymore Kakra, and a supporter Sinigua says Dewa, and oh, Misum Kumalewa, oh, good to bye bye, oh, Popology man, and the Messi, the fans say mano, and a Messi in as a bywa, what's your boy traffic light? I say, now all channel, man wiper, and a Messi Achian Kodano, Messi and a Kuntunkuni, or no any Jana Balcony, Nifia and Casanimoa, supporters, Elbojana, so what way for Mama Prior Kama, no, Mammy, okay, Jesus, and maybe Kamuko Saudi Arabia, now your manager, Adma Ahila, Popokuno, Ama Opayoma Pamuno, now ever told her, SSCBF, and in Edim Comose Brazil, or more national team Ka Omefa, na omo number one, the Don Carlo Ancelotti, na reporter meeting area, or Penguin Cocoa Papa, Lingana so Ryan Fred Hoke Jesus was disappointed in CBF, a day, and Omjumana Italian, Brazil, football philosophy, different from Italians, Carlo Ancelotti, and Timaya Jumano, and watching Osinibuafu, one Cassadi Tobene Ibane, na CBF, I'm not one Timmerman explanation, the Toman for Jumana Mano, and Panufobi Fredo, our Tete, across almost many Prebi, I'm a PM, our Madrida, on Papa Don. Carlo Ancelotti, not what you in the squad, Betuka, Name June, or Baba World Cup qualifiers, no, the double decker, a Dominimo, or Mercibia, a Bayakama, and no at the Tower Yechamo, no, me Pacho, Ronaldo Jr., Dos Santos, and now upon the second game. And then Ronaldo Pano, Ashas here, Nano Otna Bench, and then Ronaldo Pano against Greece, or Paul 6 60 minutes and Sanomu Abromu film no and a dozen Cristiano dos Santos Abra Omuyini film jersey number 7 or Konopia Kama the first game of the bench by the second game was about 60 minutes. Report Amete as Manchester United Emma scout Echo the first game Echo Scoutino and Manchester United in Kua other clubs I can see as Ronaldo Padie and yet Jaconan Popo Nadewasha Sawoje and Wanya Ayakola Ewo Portugal National Under 15 or some cost scouting and Tentamata or Mutimesea Kodano Manchester United any other clubs almost scout out what me koe e communita kodano mabibia as what me e kama no edeta ano pamdi tuanum se Emerick Laporte e betuma fi Al Nassr on popo econom jami se Olympic Marseille for show interest as so mnya no mo pe report ameti na wi as on club management e betuma sha enu Al Nassr bobo kono na omushia on betim come about contract termination procedures e also mo first time to terminating contract na Piasso Ayakama na Mami Juventus Jesse for 2025-2026 season hope Jesse no matima failure pound na FA profro ya Germany ya kono Europeans na mpa the football no equal different level na otwekwa Jesse for the next season Juve fa so a pound and the Dafache TV so ye jama breaking it down na ya touching it down a Piasso Ayakama and no and that's what okay let's say I'm part 2025-2026 season we Juventus supporter me can number 2 for Kofa Ade Bioma me jana me high adwene so when you originally be pasa enye masa original na pianya kama na mama Marcus Thuram we masa kotoko plus me nyomu bi and Marcus Thuram and I say piama on what the bicycle and one right there and kwa Milan Chrono what my kono kwa shopping kakra and na fancy with and Marcus Thuram nie and you know boy Inter Milan Emma Omoko Champions League final hey ono pa and what the bicycle ba shopping oh you mean picture Massa so bepe masem kakra said you see a train get ne pattern no Massa Brian Kama and you Marcus Thuram Lutakin Piabontia Massa girls no Muslim rana ye nibi ya budia bidia no do so no do esa no dia fa na non personal ya more na visiting no ya more Massa Marcus Thuram no betu ne bicycle am Piasso ye Kama and no ejeta ye chechamom na Chelsea so monti so dogo bi no abe Adaya, boy, never Leandro Garnacho, still. Omunya no mope opeka Jimmy Winter no omusho interest omanya and net Chelsea still summer way transfer winto ni bia ompe Roma Manchester United akokwe ese Garnacho omunsa ebetuma kana bia kama na donto for tigare amakosa for fise na Raheem Sterling say the meta Arsenal I some the go back e Chelsea low na so omu MPBM na report ameta Chelsea ese Obasa Cologne ne se omo prep team obeto ne se tono ana akwete we ni demands ni wages na we sika betua amana ye de likely ese loan obesa ko also ko Roma waje 300,000 pounds a week every 7 days bia 300,000 pounds and two team now e was say obeto obetua transfer sika no the meta clubs ni penny loan pass Chelsea ebetua majority part obetua to na the weekly wages in 300,000 pounds and no ade paye cham adamama na Ryan Fano Enzo Maresca was obianye di obian kana ntum empanyimfo nyama na assurance as next season upel onu ana Chelsea adwuma no petrol swaje amabiamo akoso se Chelsea qualify for Champions League so man qualifier onu ana beguso Chelsea coach obian free baby ama na owura friend travel Chalopa and I report am say Chelsea enya dia to name ese opa obetumi akọ enya sa na obetena Chelsea obe backup option ebia obi pra opiniwa no omama chaloba omama na bebo so on timinya sa ade ne dia ene ntantantantem baby opebia no betimi akọ eno agye pa no pai and I'm breaking it down at the man so point now you're for a vet okopia mu o Manchester na okopia mu Manchester ekonante itiad omo stadium campus o visit club no pay kama sanye Man City nkoa o se Ramo Liverpool and Liverpool for so kodim komo kakra na mum jam se Liverpool for so munya na omo so epe eno agye pa na Real Madrid for catch Liverpool for say person pay omo ni sika bia omo de be mom for Trent Alexander-Arnold na omo ncha boy no omra na onkopia mo FIFA Club World Cup and famo Real Madrid enya sadia sadia na se boy no Liverpool nyana na nkwa bro obekọ free and ye onya Club World Cup ni bi mo and famo Madrid na Liverpool per compensation kakra per 1 million euros bi na so Madrid for way so mun tata ku mun trasempo na ababetem mun trasika bi mun we mun boy no omra no air report ametem na Chelsea mun train o Copan timi train ma bia kama and na Chelsea Roma community day mu training ground so ma supporters outdoor etimi apae visit players no and supporters no be to try pictures ma be play come na so Chelsea training na and no mu je na players outdoor Chelsea abra prepare mo ra your friend Enzo Maresca the press conference be to get on 10 a.m. UK time ahead of a gamer or pepper nesebia kamena se Chelsea training ne so egusu kwaso kama mabia family supporters no twitwa pictures no ejepa na mamimro mo Arsenal na binya adwuma wa Arsenal mamo ni nyina se good news apa ene Arsenal me pacho training session open to public obia team betwebo Emirates Stadium and time see Arsenal Emirates Stadium and a desk screen so open koma na good news say boy now we pray very kai event and na otimi paya we resume full training pay kema and no Arsenal team no and training in pacho o try kai event and why training kama pia fine and no kwa o try other place there na prepare nyina timi join team no your training pia kama so atimo Arsenal abra supporters ne pay no manage Apache almost na Urama Mame Boyna, the Pacho, also your friend Gabriel, Magalhaes, or Nick Julian Timber, almost 8 at that supporters and say a brand new training, or more pin to public. At there, I just say Priano, or more at Tao Machikama. I'm a Piaswaya fan. I was some Thomas say, now Ultra Lewis Skelly, as for Arsenal, or more a bar Arsenal, or more a diagram, or more mascot, and then Lewis Skelly so ball mascot no agene to form kakare mascot to saw your football and Kenya Lewis Kelly didn't sakane kakra bi and na pia obu kintimpa and tambare so ne ma ono so etutu faso and no ejeta wa ye checha mom jamana ni se so far this is Uramo Premier League ma you're just 2 players fair and obian timi ntwen ball ba kokra amfam fam ho obian timi ntwen wa mom ba ko e Taron Mings and right friend Lewis Skelly Omumienu and Kwani only 2 players are more than 1,000 minutes. Then so Pia entimi amfa ball amfa mo biantimi ntwe womo and no idea paye jamo na Olympic myself and so omunya wase for fana anka enya bad na emum sika na obeji na wotwe any tom be ko Chelsea akoto omni sika on be ko akofa abemo ma de ayefo na wo Chelsea omusi players way deso alone ebeton womo maybe benche wo Kenny Chuku Emeka Salso Amando Broja Kepa Arrizabalaga Excel Disansi João Felix Renato Veiga some place alone and deso ombemo mapa ombekano matomu nyina na eno Ramo Jima omusakwa jimwe kwa bia kama na Rima to Chabi Alonso Matu da fani free and confiding business Madrid and Tresca and Liverpool are releasing from the contract or Pop Madrid away free. Madrid try any compensation and for Matima, your friend Leverkusen, and no idea now remodel as a more petty Johnny Rantes. Similar player along Madrid that show interest so many na and your part omope na boy way was it a brown chance one na or try or Reverend Kevin De Bruyne na or Jordan or trying to cliff na or feeling too much and can couch pass a corner or first control ball and oh jam some Madrid for Niaji and now money pray and so many omope and Madrid ball Real Mallorca na goalkeeper Lune and so akupra why out and want to be any Munsiakai and Farmer Madrid and no air report and no Brahim Diaz and so I out or also entry and Sakai and Farmer Madrid report I met him as a likely as a point friend Jacopo Roman and David Jimenez or more a petman shall say at the Madrid Popocuno no the Madrid players are we are out and then I do get moment to Sakai every second Paulo out Lucas Vasquez Danny Cavaya, David Alaba, Eda Militao, Rudiger, Felon Menti, Camavinga, Chouamini, Vinicius Jr., and Rodrigo. Now, Rodrigo deny Aqua Koshadium. Now, Rodrigo post to Adebia Kansempi. Was it time for all the messages and concerns? I will be back soon. Stop creating things. And no air Rodrigo. Some picture way. Ana ode akwa na opekaya nura ebe to da so ye train was ofili sharp pace I want to tie e mani ja 20 year yes want to so stop creating things jamu pebiana mo kan na unim se Madrid for the first time this season Santiago Bernabeu anye sold out omo anton amanansa na se emu ayeden ade amatima ye friend Madrid eno edeba ye checha mu edamamom na likely lineup at Madrid goalkeeper Courtois Raul Asensio Jesus Varayo South Frank Garcia Valverde Denis Ceballos Modric Jude Bellingham Eder Gulen Endrick and Mbappe nurse ukwa omude 12 players and Echo Bayer Day at the Ama Madrid and no idea Bana Roma and Yampa China game of Barcelona against Espanyol Bayer Pedri the game number 200 at the amateur friend of Barcelona and no idea Dawa ye Jejawe Pedro so for Papa 199 games and one ball at Jama Barcelona the game number 200 Pedro let's say Gerard Martin as you and your supporters, Papa, when your fans, I will ATM Barcelona or Bergman, our left back, and then on fans to be at watching or since I autographs, I will be as what my camera. Nadametri so Roma so far, Barcelona so Rome for Jeremy Frimpong, as so Omuna boy now. And your bad, and your Liverpool phone quan and your depart, or more pet, and no edge than a child more likely, or more precious in the training. To my friend Barcelona Hansi Flick, I am more on precious sitting and all. I am goalkeeper friend Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Eric Garcia, Andreas Christensen, Paul Kubasi, Sassuna, Gerard Martin, Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Danny Olmo, Jamal, Ferran Torres, and Rafinha, or more Betmasha, Sarasson Betmaje, a trophy at the Amatima, Yefano. Barcelona, La Liga, no, na O'Brien Fano has the flag. Abra, Paul Kubasi, and Lewandowski, crash here, trading on, and your Pusa has the flag, said Lewandowski, or you're okay, where you're fit, or Betma Bobichinana.
He's doing good, and of course he's ready to play. Yeah, nothing more to say. He's doing good, and of course.
Or say or you fit or ready as so bet say can normally Espanyol game na e beto dwechina and Hansi Flick and Espanyol coach your friend Manolo Gonzalez and omo chasa sumdwebua and omo no bibia daye omo achi omo so mo ye baako omo nya fikro baakum and e be mama supporters no mentimo asbia nkoso omo chi omo twa picture SG jerseys Basa Jesse kwa ema feven Espanyol omsu Jesse Kwama bibia asu etimi ya fan fine eno ejetawa ye jeje mo breaking it down na ya touching it down na ya knocking it down jeje na Ruben Amorim asu mam fantu anim asana Manchester United aso eye training kakra na utwa Ahmad Diallo boy no pa masa ene train na oje ani agro pa akoda we wona ni so ni asa na akoda we edipa no eno ejeton pa cho de normal record jama akoda no obedi asa na nije eno hwe footballers omunya sika entomo emfa hwe ho na dem se Ruben Amorim ne pre Europa League press conference na ene epo 4:30 ene betuma todwa ama biaso atimi ayekama eno ejeton no wura ye friend Paul Mason as Manchester United win Europa League na omo ebeye arrogant yentino
have no plans to hold that open top bus parade, a major celebration if they beat Spurs in the final. Instead, it's been reported, it's nice, a barbecue at the club's training ground. Sensible? What do you make of that?
No, I don't. I think, they've won a trophy. They're in Europe, These trophies are not coming thick and fast from now on with Man United. They're a million miles off. So enjoy it while you can. For me, it's a bit of arrogance of like, we're entitled to we win trophies. That was the past. We're talking about now the present. Enjoy it. Who's to say they're going to win another trophy in the next 15 years? So their fans have followed them everywhere, all over the country, all over Europe. Phenomenal fans. Pack that.
Paul Mason so Air France and all. ABBA. Moses mu win Europa League mo nya parade bia emfama supporters no mo be call quarantine mo call barbecue kakra bi na supporters ni wa mo he enu nti no bomb pie say Europa League ni Tottenham for winning owie no say or supporters so mo ru Trent Alexander-Arnold no enu so can say e the FA.
This kid is top. Yeah, sad. I felt disappointed for the kid. This kid is top draw player. He's been at that club since he was a kid. He's given everything. He's won everything at the club. He's been a massive part of that. This is Real Madrid. I know Liverpool are a big club, and they are a big club. But no one turns Real Madrid down. No one ever. I don't think has ever turned Real Madrid down. And I just
Eno ayen sama odi tutwa ye de emam e wo dwumadie no so ese pasa sa no ma we team kese Liverpool na nkoda no ma bi se mu ya na entwa emfata ese mu peru Trent Alexander-Arnold ya o jawo akọ Real Madrid na Paul Mason din sempi fa ho na Thomas Muller ne busan so panyu future no o da chene te say was say undecided and yes I was say by USA be interview ana was say I don't know yet and what to just onye pabia or peko akwakosi akai na Diego Simeone was so adma Carlo Ancelotti papa and yes was I love him very much and we are Carlo Ancelotti na prese Christian Romero or prese okofane dineba from Tottenham Hotspur na Argentine or best friend 10 Atletico Madrid or machiro demana bibia esu kama eno ensama or paindia tuja ye checha mu esu adama mo na so ramo point the very Diopsina ye Din Hoysen or Bodmo Boboko no Jami say confirmed set two teams Real Madrid and Liverpool on betma trigger the release clause am pia kama Arsenal Chelsea Bamunchen omo enyan contacted Bournemouth say on betma trigger and omo ntimi trigger na Leipzig so pay 80 million euros for Javi Simons team sinama ready some open no mon fantum team say no adabrato enye 80 million euros omo enchana emfana ma and Bamunchen say boy na your friend Dayo Pamecano enye adese ompamna ko ne contract no where renew kra ne fana Jan ompamna ko no bebo wie akwase free agent kra na Dayo Pamecano omo ebamna bo wie no akwase free agent eno edefro eba ye jeja mu eso edamam ewo dwumadie no so na mame emfanto anem ese Emmanuel Ebue obepemo African under 20 Cup of Nations a etodwa ewo Egypt na no man nyina ditam semi finals no no eso ebeba so na ukopioma Emmanuel Ebue former Ivorian international ono ena ebeba be assistant general coordinator at the Ama under 20 gamer to the first semi-final game South Africa and Nigeria ebeba on Thursday and you at 3 p.m. na urema host nation Egypt and Morocco eso on 6 p.m. and no ena ura ye friend Emmanuel Ebue omo ni se omrame coordinator nhwe na bibia so entimi anya kama eno eje dawa ye de mam yenyina so na ensama odu ebobo no ena wiei ewo amononi nsemu abraya breaking it down touching it down knocking it down eje jamu yompo na aseda kese em confirm bash digital satellite if a bash adaroma and I'm confirm my sunsem yetimi edeba down mo bash say the code bia ope football game bia hwebe ofe ebe wakono entitim kwa scratches many and some now yamun so and from a foul yamun so nina so beba no bema quality decoder ne bon our form decoder packages in aye ubetwa kakra bosome no a package ni hye bia da bia na utua we na utua kakra bosome so no wohunu kwasa bosome aso da bia DSTV ejinamu a wo hwe games outwom and watch programs bia no ubenya bia hwe was door to door services ogusu ye se wo hotel se restaurant aduma na wo ye wo office ba bia wo bia no DSTV no when your problem ho odi ko dana use when your problem bash digital satellite also friend obeba no abesiesia ne kama jamam o kuma se Abrepo junction udra Abrepo junction bisobia ese open ship mu ana se open eye Kotoko junction e one wo friend wo 0556 287757 0556287757 bash digital satellite adaroma and na wie ye simply mu fitam tell mu jam no nsama odua ye bobo ano no eba dam international ABOU DIABY ne bega for dia kenya no etwa so e dia mamu
alright sira kase ekwa fa ma me ma so abono mo de atimi e de amano ne komo no atimi e de adan on Facebook men kenkan kakra na yenku anim Kelly Boy watch you live from Pram or guesting Ajiman watch you live from Taifa Polyclinic and Stephen Amehe MON-FRI no deba babe Ramu Kofi Ajiman, a black man. Good afternoon. Watch you live inside Accra. Pig farm and Stephen Ame once again. Odiano men said to me, Akadoga Soche. I watch you live from Tepa and Yinan Susu. Ora speaker. The Odi Era Monono. Emil Smith. Nediano nice update. JT Soa. Please keep us updated. Any transfer world Nina Bena. Yedi Eramu Kama Parity Miera Ama Theophilus. Amwa Kobna. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. I'm Obiba JK from Dria in Suaye. Bibieni ABOU, take it from me. Chelsea will beat Manchester United by 3-1 on Friday. The also Edward Ranford had the Mijidis Abokordia. Please, any update on Mohamed Kudus to PSG? The also Edeben are watching the best sports show loud and clear. More fire. Here to us, Raim Rankin. Mashallah, the great work is on again with a fantastic ABOU DIABY and your inspirational sports crew from Mayola inside Kintampota, Guana City. Ono Rami Aseba Makoma Infie. Watch you live from Gospel Ogbabin shop inside Amakom. Asante Kotoko is going to Dream of Nothing by Victory Camp Sunday. Akable. Good afternoon. Watch you live from Akema Chianse. No yet you also. Greetings to my wife Jennifer Apia. Crazy Ousu Father Friday. Good afternoon. Ebabe Roma Gaddafi. Good afternoon. Watch you live from Sari Camp. Update me on Chelsea and the transfer news. You also the Eba for Douglas. Arsenal need to be serious with their transfer target cause you can't rate Benjamin Sesko ahead of Victor Gyökeres. Then what profile do they want again? Kai Havertz is playing Douglas in Kranza, Bruno Easton Odeba, Ebabu and Pra Evans and Parkwesi from Fosu Chrome. Update from Real Madrid. Honorable Sule Bobo. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. Watch you live from Tepa. Ejinin Susu. Eno de Babi Rama. Boat Mane Madeda di Impediment. Tuso di ano. Obe team di aba. Rama Beki Kedi Eddie Amao. Sir BD. Sir BD watching live from Miansu Kwau. Greetings to all Reed Y School student. Omojoso. Nana Kwaku you do all. Is your Kweku. Is your boy Kweku Osmosis from Yepesa Kokobin or deba. Ebabre Mano Atabuache, Fantastic Sport, Icon Di Colocini. I'm say Icon watch you live from Wasa and Kushia. You're no so more Modiareba, Ebabe Ravno Namaka, Etimiera Trousers, or your Bana Bema. I was Obo Modi and Yidra, Ebra Bora with Jana Sonanema, Adeda di Imperial Mana, Diabua, Aman to Tierra Koye Pe Tibera Mano, Edine Amuzu P, Tirie, Amuzu P, Tirie, Amuzu P, na too much. Nina Zonye Bina Boba, Ebebwa, Amaniama Koye Pera Mame, darling boys, no. Uyobi Audun Sone Mwapai, Kofreki Kaka Sobe Wunta, for me pato, o prostate no Nasha Sia, Agent Susan Subi also Rena, Utuana, when no switch no, someone swam be a guadeno. And two Josa, Yara Pampa media children saw Moje de Chawan and so might be if you were but what Giama deno, et me crena so amount Tareno, a bane woman Kessiana ye, a Amuzupine Beboa, a son no kama pa, Eriamana with John National to Tiano, Ada ye perama baby girls no, my baby chiche, and ye denya cono, baby chiche, a ye de ea cona, as you be fit your bar, and if you are one and so might be but Ebasano Pampin de Che, Amahone or Hene, what Giamana you crew, and to the Berman Koko Shiama, or Pemo Bakumio, the Aje Okumio, Yanyanisa, and was a Pimwa, or tint that na Bemano, or Jejo Kama pa, Edemano Nanima Daddy, Edemana Muzupino, Bosomeno Wine and Twanai, Ebebwa, ICC, and Fio, Amanswayo Basima, Ayakitesia, Manema Daddy, Amayama, Memoa Mukojano, Yana Brenaba, Naoji Muzupini Binaba, Adenchono, and Mam Odenson Konoa Kubujumarwani, Mohebane Pharmacy Shobia, O Nebi Nebono Sono, Ade or Fompa Penuchino, Mamo Pedro Tuna Muzu Eba Clinic, Uruanachimo Tafun Shayeso, Amuzu Junction, O Konwaka Kojib 0247 776743 0247 776743 0241 988884 0241 988884 Nembwa Nanema Enko Yepa Entimi Enfama Mesino Miromna Dawood Eba Hospital Makorama Kakudin Komonze Lomi no ene dia bedwama so bako Dawood ointment and abakon so no Dawood 360 capsules. Now my goodness and do we am no atani ata omonantibum na bobia uzampa ubejia wona so na ne makoye pa etimi edia ma me pacho ointment no sasabro wo so osisi yo ya wajonku a wotra na wapomode dia fa bebia eyo ya no yesi ne kura no mo aya amokwa adopa no de oba be kwa wotibia na wo dia sha obebu ejuma pa dizeni kadika no na ne ma de dia ama wakwa kwa ejuma bi aba wabre ana mo amobobo no obebi na abu anase bu no obebi efichi na wakobobo aba wabre a orepe Dawood ointment ni bi na fasha na towa nda fompa machines afom ni nya machines wa FD age dia atum entufa Ghana am samani e bono no sewini na dru no ko heba na pharmacy shop over the counter bebi ano ye boana ne ma de dia ma we ye berma na mesem na ba forma wadene da fom seti era fom keja e Dawood Eba Hospital fadok number no ene ne nkasa no bo 0244 886437 0244-886437 and 0201-681717 0201-681717. Yeah, then we buy a pet the Akabe Romo etmiere amamo kama pa margin chanembra in a form of text message on the WhatsApp line 0207543637 0207543637. Yeah, then quick you buy a pet the Akabe to us amamo. All right, yes, I'm Makwa Bede Bajuma de Kessia and so Bohamani Amadida de Pedemaster. And also Tima Yabo Juma on join a 0207543637 Emboa. Na Niamanko Pen from 0207543637. Ebekin kind of message, at me at the amount. Mauzeni, do run a journey on Facebook. Darling Boy to pass. ABOU, so we strike a pa is Chelsea signing. Darling Boy to pass. Nidia no Nana Kisi. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. I'm watching live from Dansoman. Please, I wish my team Kotoko all the best on Sunday. Nana Kisi need your defeat Dansoman the Baba be Ramon. So with me head all the Anaba Oba. Na wa like ya me na wa share na aboa na share no adaye kama pedi ama update on Tai awuni yi. I'm Elvis from Jene and Elvis so Baby Ramu Ewano. My ABOU, watch you live from Dunkwa Zongo. More updates about Chelsea. The name is Diego Alcantara. May God bless you people. Keep it up. The Ononso Edi Eramono. And a good afternoon to you guys. I'm Boachi Ebenezer. Watch you live from Afigazi ABOU. I'm a Manchester United fan. Looking at the players our club is chasing to sign as compared to City, Liverpool, and Arsenal and other teams, I think we will really suffer in their hands next season, and it will lead to the sack of our coach next season. My regards to Ricardo Habib. I really loved your analysis. Your bomodi Eddie Ram no Nidino. My friend Boachi Ebenezer and bomodi Eddie Ebaye. Good afternoon, the General ABOU. The show is live and clear at Pando Voter Region. Thanks for making our afternoon with this mega Fakye Sport. Catalyst in here. Mejidi bro. Bibia Bokwa. Niameko kama Paul Pando. My name is Simano. Watch you live from Sunyani. Keep up the good work. The Imanso Nede Eba. Good afternoon, Champion ABOU, and your fantastic crew. I'm enjoying the show live from Adambai. Please, more update on Manchester United transfer. Yaro. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. Watching the show live inside Tepa Susu. From Honorable Sule Bobo Udine Emi de Bruta. Congratulations. Barcelona is going to beat Espanyol tomorrow to win the La Liga tomorrow. Any transfer update from Barca camp from teacher Levito Bekwai. Nedio defeat Daniel Sedeba Ebabi Rome. Good afternoon, Fakye Sport. You are fantastic. Watch you live from Takwa. Please update on Kotoko player Sharif Mohammed midfielder from Danny Boy. Now Sharif Mohammed is our few Kotoko da. Ana da cry no. Sharif Kotoko cry we. I Fakye Sport, you are the best. Please add me to your platform. Me the number be to get wabon high na wa joining. And I'm Fakye Sport. I'm do see some watch you live from KJG Sena East District of Bono region. And Kumasi Asante Koroko all the way. Is Madrid going for Saliba? Keep me updated. Baby I do no more share make you offer. Baby abo call there.
Alhamdulillah.
Niama shey.
Ya me adom ahode wo. So here.
Nenso mo here pa.
The retaining.
The
retaining president. President.
Maritime coin.
You go my president. El president. About. Sandra also resign, but so was never back. President is back on duty. You go my president is back on duty. Oh, President Ababak. Say GM Council of Elder. Okay. If you want to facilitate BBI moving a president. No problem. Even do not problem. I have phone him say about Juventus and Barcelona La Liga, Madrid and Jeffrey. EPL the Obeja Jerry in the Yankavi Adenes. You are there. Yankavi Adenes. I will come anymore. Kwaku in charge of na Yamo Makwaba, President. Mammy, I never address was President. Me body and I believe you know what I say. Matu Pus no sooner Yam Queen. Opening. And I mean, nobody didn't come work a craft for Ben for Leverkusen at home. That's something I call the end of a project. I felt say Leverkusen project, as it stands now in my books, project, about na we a project Ben home come or ye dino. Kwaku ohe opinion or da screen. So this is a Spanish national. Your friend is Fernando Caro. Now, up anyway, the chief executive officer Emma Klaba. your friend said Ben O for Leverkusen. Now, so we call Leverkusen Abakosem any club no. Said your Munyama Esitia say a team a pharmaceutical group of companies and a club na ayo modia. So the owners no ayo nkofo a omo pharmaceutical group and a corona team na also na Leverkusen. The reason the club is called by Leverkusen. So Bayern na a pharmaceutical group no mudin and then the corona team na also Leverkusen and the other so since the inception of club Bayern 04 Leverkusen. Yahu modern bar or my boy the German Bundesliga. When it comes to European football, the last time I who almost said or by Europa, or modern boy ever saw any way back in 2001-2002 season. Okay, I said Leverkusen ever Champions League edu the grand finale. One Casa or Real Madrid 10 times in this Dynamo era. And I said Leverkusen AJ Champions League trophy edition. Now so since then club nation that year club Obekasi who almost even domestically. They tried their best not to go to relegation. A mid-table team. Sometimes no pushy up by European football. No trying kakranka. So club in penny for and decided say we need to build a project. At the end, you successful and so over Germany now you clubs be there. By a month in so you could what it we are no free why your Borussia Dortmund, your Stuttgart, your other clubs are our Germany. One team our Germany football abakosem. But in terms of domestic trophy, per clubs now am successful our Germany. Intimi mo edi emfanka ho. Ede ne be ya ebetimi abo Leverkusen team no edi ebetimi aba map no so nti omo kaka omani. There's this Spanish man your friend Fernando Caro. And omo do opini we eba on board in the year 2018 say going back and forth they need somebody who can bring a project and make sure omo project and ebe successful. They brought in this man as the CEO of Omeboa na onto Tony Papa neba on board. He said wababa fa by Leverkusen team na ne botaye ne say one day Oma Leverkusen are successful. Now some successful he need people who share the ideas and in the person Edema Club your friend said Leverkusen. He sat down and said he need someone who have the idea and then the philosophy of club a friend Leverkusen on board. Not certainly pane Emma because on a foreigner he needs someone who understands him the DNA. Obet me about one normal guidelines and in Yema a successful or can't opinion we are in phone in the adult screen. So when Leverkusen Jesse Enesano way I opinion friend Simon Roth. He is a former captain for club Nidin Eddie by Leverkusen. Now about football no call retirement was the above sporting director. So opinion can't any opinion for Fernando Caro in that case said by Leverkusen a legend of the club who was raised to become a sporting director. He knows the DNA, the ins and outs of club a friend Leverkusen or the neighbor on board no about as a sporting director. They will sit down and formulate a sporting policy. Leverkusen team na successful. So in 2018, and although anyway about on board, when they came, they decided to say they draw a plan to make sure Leverkusen ever successful. Fast forward, the coaches but now the first coach or year under them, opinion friend Peter Boss. Peter Boss ever started the project under these two and near the Adjuman Ashaw Monsa or from 2018, Eban and Nima Ebepim 2021, the enormous Edia Free Seven, Kukumania Sadin, Omujana, and Uncle for Penny First Handels Wolf, and so the bus, Omet Wasso, project and baby Omasha said the Akon, on Chasson, Obetimi Ama Club Leverkusen, I successful, and also by Anye Omujana, Ecofa Girado Sioni, Edisioni, and so Eba said this man, they believe so or no Ebetimi Abom, Edomako, the promised land. On also be so Kakranka, you started a league, baby, I'm not modern born and in 2021. They realized that DIABY, so you enjoy opening way quine and man Obegun Edname. So in 2022, they sack opening and first Girado Sioni. Omo Ebejan quine and opening within kind Edin Hong Kong editor. Fernando Caro say there is one Spanish young guy. Overboard, he was a good player. And conformably, any coaches are of 4 in 7 and also 4 in 7. I can't say no crown. Only my Juma opinion friend Xavier Alonso our club friend Real Sociedad that Omutin B side in the second B who Juma opinion and your crown or your chromini. He understands as or the Ura Nidiari Alonso ever on board. Papa ne bet me have a bomb no my successful. Or then come on, I catch the sporting director. The sporting director said, "We study the sporting project of opinion friend Xavier Alonso." And he knows, say, Alonso is one candidate for the future. But as to say, omo person omo yes successful Alonso ever on board at the early stages are obetimi abo mass success na omo pen omo say timaka is one thing on that much convince and the penny catch and say I know the man I'm talking about, I trust him, let's push the agenda, bring in Xabi Alonso because at the time I know more Xabi Alonso near who other clubs or Manchester 18 come up Alonso who Spain so on person never on board no be here so they took the decision say omo very risky no mark of Alonso Edna but they brought in Xabi Alonso Kweku Xabi Alonso eba na the predecessor or year adwuma open first Gerardo Sionia madi ne ho nkomo at the time Alonso eba na the position of Leverkusen enye 8 games are not not even 1 win per Romania. Their position on the league lock 17th position. Xabi Alonso walked in and he decided to decide the fortunes around. For Klaba, your friend said Ben O for Leverkusen. Fast forward, Leverkusen team Alonso Ebayano. We are in the starting lineup anyhow in the system or the area more Klaba. Your friend said Ben O for Leverkusen. The goalkeeper now or Danny Pome Abrante friend said Lucas Abreski and the Danny Pome. The right back. The 3-back system are now Obo Edmond Tapsoba here, Jonathan Ta, Piero Henkaipa, Elha, and then in Finfino. That was the time Okofa Abrantia and he did Granite Xhaka. Now Arsenal for F4 said Granite Xhaka more than one Obo is saying Mikel Arteta Fall said he is not part of the project no. Or decided say he will risk and bring in Akwada. Your first said Granite Xhaka. Alex Garcia Elha, Alex Grimado, any Abrantia Jeremy from Point. I want the laterals operate to think is that you bought the first season in the area and Alonso SAU Club, your first Leverkusen, Edo free team now no battle relegation. I'm on finishing 6th position out of the German Bundesliga. So the next season, Alonso decided, say, afraid you baby he's going to build a team for himself. And Kofobi or what, your faults are but he will trust the project no in their hands and say these are players or person do a year. The second season for manager and the Xabi Alonso, you know, the wingers are not a year. Jeremy Frimpong after see a ball season, who had the number of goals are granted in 11 goals, 12 assists to his credit as Obia or a right winger and also a right back. The left side, the team, your friend Alex Grimado, who also scored 12 goals, Emekis was 16 assists, no, who provided, and then the Infinity, branch, your friend Florian Vitt, 17 goals, 18 assists, and on the mark club, and he did edit band for Leverkusen. Don't forget our African brother, Victor Boniface, so he sometimes tries and vary in the system. Now, Adebayo very important, manager, Xabi Alonso, team, in terms of matches, not a difficult, that was last season, the second season. Or Uncophobia, our force say, where one a bench warmers are, and Cabon, oh, Bonner, Kunimi, Edina, or Mumbam Crampe, maybe, Nemo, or no, the bench, no me and Conformia decided. So, you're both game, not Kunimi, Edima, Leverkusen. When he introduced Patrick Schick in place of Victor Boniface, I asked him for 7 times, and Leverkusen, you do 90th minute, and almost 8 really. Akwada we first Patrick Schick, the decider or try making sure obese have you points at the opinion your friend said Leverkusen and Finfino Andrich and Akwada first Ezekiel Palacios or Bo Andrich and Ochina not the Palacios Abba Granite Xhaka or the main man on the midfield in terms of dressing room Alonso catch there and the project now or in Nipa or the second coach Park and Brandt first Granite Xhaka because of the experience and the exposure and he always try and make sure say he bring the young boys alongside no my didn't come say we have a young manager who have entrusted himself and in the project no in our care we need to deliver for manager needing Xabi Alonso boys na successful to think say your boss season in area no Leverkusen are winning Bundesliga not just winning the Bundesliga they won the trophy unbeaten for the first time say German football aback say club will be a winning DIABY poker and the Bundesliga without losing a single game. Manager Francis Xabi Alonso and a year sudden or by Europe ever do finals Europa League. Unfortunately, they lost the finals to club by friends Atlanta 51 games. European calendar say club be more games without tasting a defeat. Now your manager, your friend Xabi Alonso and the Leverkusen team now in the finals or my village man Kweku. DNT make catch us a project and upon we are much every project there are key figures in the project. Now, when you look at the lineup of club, a friend said by Leverkusen, we know AD home come as we speak now. Kweku, yeah, Casa CCA. Abrantia and the Jeremy Frimpong, the 9 sequence. Now, Grimado, most of them for any dinechi. Say, but for say, we don't know. On also the 9 sequence. Lauren Vitt, no, Varas are down for. On also the 9 sequence. Victor Boniface, don't forget, last season, Kwan and Kuja Wako. Saudi Arabia somewhere in January. As we speak now, and games no. The likely will say Boniface, and so and then Jonathan Tah, and so free Marco, the main man himself, or no the brain behind the project. Ready edit Javi Alonso. He is also on his way to Klaba. Your friend said, so Klaba project now almost saying in the space of 6-7 years, a project now I'm not sure I am successful. I winning a lot of flourish. No, now baby, important players and key figures are now say baby icon move out. Now the question everybody is asking is say Liverpool's team a smaller club and a budget from Nende the big man any coach Jahwako and what Jonathan Tah Florent Witt Jeremy Frimpong Grimaldo if any also Abrantia first Boniface how are they going to survive? Is the project going to continue? You know Leicester City from nowhere Eberge Premier League after so much the big boys need to be now Efuno Leicester story no Edomo Koya could do relegation. You AS Monaco France Amo tribe ya do Champions League semi-finals. They lost almost all the important players. Monaco ni story Ekaka
you see a final.
Ekaka Krebi and Komoso Barbary. So baby Leverkusen rise Adriano. With time, second season, and the third season, season, now official second Bundesliga title race. So unfortunately, Coach Nijawako, big boys in the project are also missing out, and also clearly the project Leverkusen paying for a start here under Omo chairman and the sporting director. I thought I hate a snack. It will take another magic for them to bring in somebody who will work and say, can you coach the Urbanet and Slot? When you are Liverpool, ABOU core of the team, no honor the better. So probably competing with Bayern Munich and the big boys in Germany. But this time around, the manager is coming in without the big boys are only decided at the Emma Klaba, your friends in Liverpool. Now, it's a project, no matter his own person, but it is not a project that longevity, no, a woman can for so long open almost everything. We want to see how Leverkusen ever post manager in the head Javi Alonso, and then the big boys are although more every year Emma resource no almost 80 million. With time now so so just I come share Italy kakra but any mama from
Kwaku boko there the for next 30 minutes mama na yenko 13 yeah
I mean for 3 so obeja to mo
mini problem on family and sound
for for 3 no where in but time mama o me mama channel time mama me channel
18 for 3 minutes in age man
obetin die
yenko
someone and Real
Madrid
just brushing through Real Madrid Mallorca match no more airborne and Luther stories no more catch there say for the first time season where Santiago Bernabeu Park and Anyama they have nothing at stake. You understand the supporters say season here you only are there at stake for Real Madrid entire 3 games now kind of formalities so Real Madrid Ekoko and no air the they race for the Pichichi
also
they need to help Kylian Mbappe say at least a season Real Madrid will go home with something from La Liga and also Spain. Because a Barca for Nigeria, no more time by Pichichi in the sign is also it's going to be difficult for them. So I think
let Papa also. I want to trophy more.
But club like I said, I think the only idea important for Real Madrid, the Pichichi will say, Omeboa Kylian Mbappe, you know what many goose need the account, and they are just side that Madrid have nothing to talk about Omeboa or Mose Omokwako. But when you look at this, the whole team now first 11 or you clearly understand Ancelotti and Real Madrid team. They say, and you're more situations and circumstances will break and and Italy big game so a cup finals things like AC Milan how are almost season and I'm very happy for Bologna. You know why? They lost their coach although year last season then careful say Bologna arise said Leverkusen and come on coach in the core and the new manager who came in yes domestically and as a league in the near but they have strike at the club never be PMO finals all try say the 13th trophy domestically for club in the Bologna almost against Association Castle number 4 say AC Milan Sergio Conceição and then Branton what it takes to beat them tonight now on my left trophy now so I'm going for a win for AC Milan.
Mate Merasipa Baba was a Bernardo say Kuju FIFA Benji was about the time for the show is too short so your panelists are almost always cut short and family bi no me no ya adwo Benny or catch your progress manager Benny me da se pass all the aba or maybe be afa but me a timekeeper. I'm running so I'm with him. And Yan is in ye. Or Yan or near my baby. Unia for 10 minutes in a young way.
Kwaku, look at your story be from one of Pano na didim waba. Open your friend of Capello. And Odin in Como se Ballon d'Or no, and I say Abane Bebaswa. Over to the Ama Kola, your friend, Lamine Yama. Now, what media taught was so Vinicius, and no kind of boy Vinicius, Ebo Mbappe, and what the first Lamine Yama and Sibichato. And so, a kid like Yama, when the confidence, when the output on the field of play, anyhow, he's been able to carry himself at a point Barca needed him most. I think there is no two ways about it. Say, Openi to say Capello, Edin Commons, so Betuna na my branch of Lamine Yama. A branch announcing himself into world football. No, he's never looked back, and each and every single time, the reason why you think he said, Obetimi, I one of the very best, and if you look at him, performance are ordinary. He is only short of goals. Goals to pay any idea at Timiaka, and I'm sure say oh you corner. Bono any creating chances, making sure or entertaining fans and no China goes number more. Immediately the goals comes in, that means you're ready for the award and everything they to me. And so because currently as we speak, ni age some ebi am panimfoni bi na ebe rival no timi ajefinism. Na se just one ne PS ne mo a emi se ya no be bo no bet ne PS ne dia kwaku ebe ya din dia ma sa 17 years for no because yama team wa magam pa
imagine say but we is say Spain are qualified for the 20 World Cup bi na ele akra we average na so bobi omonye
oh now
abofo no omonye sa mistake no cry but level na akra we want to
papa and me just Barca for no cry we agree to that under 20 say a guy making sure say employee vote to
qualify.
Yeah, he qualifies already. Yes. But what he's been able to do in there, Ballon d'Or kono ogomo ye. But on the Ojinababi as a advantage na could di nkrofo.
Other who are funny feet too quick as compared to na Messi.
Yes.
So with our hunde the 10 pounds 60 years and as
ball. Now when you wasaya stages are what Jinasno me ni na ibi ano ka say place of person see akan here Amford ni Old Trafford. Na me hear Amford na me say eben. But Old Trafford then they bit match kakra. Na Old Trafford dey check because me yes say Barca buy Europa League.
That I man you betimi age.
Betimi betimi.
Na Barca so betimi buy Europa.
Dabi na nsem mu de mo ye ni say ni do mo ma.
Na last time man you ne ayibo so go bi. And I on can squad. That was I said 2 years ago. No, on part of the squad. That was one idea that I'm rather like.
Say no ye kan wase me.
I change always wait to
Europa. You say be Barca na no dey o Europa League mu kwan wa ndino onya mo ba tere me kan Capello wo beto wo abeka so beto aba ama yama so onye Ballon d'Or bia me to why mistake. Just David kwaku European Championship no. This is a young guy who 16 years old. Of Faboa, Dwadebo Niano. Now, how many of young players are home to Air Classico? And was a few minutes to the game. Or see one day or bottle flip. O Diagro.
When you saw a cranty and
crossing and near some no. San Yoana Oyeno. So Tini Tino and into a Tina or so a so famous as an Nyase, why a border and no yes I didn't. And what I say when stakes are high, and I say tension yafa now. These are some of the things or the easy pressure. For a young guy to identify a dear man to me easy pressure, no quite alone, no, actually say, Babia Okon, and I'm quietness. A classic Quaco Borunado Mona, Mesut was on the bone na. Young guy, a far one about the ball near the open. So I think that Capello has some now can there. Go over to Abaman be our mistake. There's a chance for now identify or more problem this season. Then among who say a goal scoring power near idea how much this season because you're more and so Jackson, Miami Nipa. It was a 10 goals as in the Premier League in the Omunim say a Yanimu Hono and an empty man found so they want to strengthen that side. No more goalkeepers in the they have no doubt. So goalkeeper is a good goalkeeper. It'll be mother point the moment. Now my first I'm see there be this Chelsea people no omo nya nyoma dwi na even striker ono kra no omo se ho na ho ye problem no omo di nkoma omo se Liam Delap me kan amanfo ntiase amanfo se oni players a omo enhyereda emfane omo fit championship no ba na ebo wo Ipswich nti wa hye 2 goals aye 2 assists aye. We've seen players on my both teams in Ketua, one out there, so Chinese, but they never go to the position and not Chelsea for any pair, and even bigger teams, and so to me pair. Sasun young woman numbers on by more than 20 million to us. But so that Chelsea team now we identify Chelsea problem. Now it's a Chelsea problem, no, eh, will be all the boy 20 them. Now come market so near Liam Delap wo, Benjamin Sesko wo, Victor Jokeres wo. Victor Osimhen now say offer money now because of wages in Tubuka Kofa Liam Delap. You are trying to tell me that still you are giving yourself the next 4 or 5 years and some way to market goes at the back of the net. Liam Delap will need to learn and learn on the job. At least when you get Victor Osimhen, you know say he's tried and tested or the kind of performance instant results he's giving you. And if you look at the Chelsea team, they need an experienced player, 2 or 3 in the team. Yes, because if you look at the team, a team that Enzo Fernandez, and Reece James, and the captain of the team. No, it's a team that omu experience. Team nim. Koku then time wana Villas Boas mo yedma Chelsea no. Hwe Lampard, Didier Drogba, John Terry. Look at the dressing room. They were leaders. Even when Captain Amman nebo John Terry, there's a certain leader in Didier Drogba. So when you get the ball to Didier Drogba, he knows what it takes. He knows how to keep himself and get the ball at the back of the net. If you look at this Chelsea team, any team bad, they need experienced players and efficient players to get Chelsea to the level on Beso Mudru. Imagine, say, Joe Keres Nene Amino say, we're getting that 38 goals for Chelsea. And that Chelsea is the champions of the Premier League. Yeah. Because of that goals, no way to man. So it tells you, say, when you need strikers in your team and you want people to come and make sure, say, they are getting you there. And then Liam Delap, you can go for him. But you don't say, so what about fixing problems? I want to recognize it. Say, Chelsea the problem, no, they are brand goals into me. Now they are fixing their goal scoring problem. No, Liam Delap. He's a good player, will come in and complement, give you like 15 goals and thereabout, because he's been able to play with players that they will create for him. Because in Kopama create so much but for instant success, for people to make sure that you are competing favorably with the top clubs, I know more preno. Liam Delap. So Chelsea should come again. If they really want to be the not Chelsea, Chelsea and Abramovich. They still want to get Nkwala, train them. If that is the way they want to go, then Liam Delap be okay. But the squad they be able to assemble, score must spend, they need a trophy to crown it. And if you need a trophy, you need a number 9, because you're over the years, teams who are more strikers, getting them the goals, they win trophies. If you look at Liverpool winning the Premier League, one can say, Darwin Nunes, Diego Jota, we've not seen him. But Sergio Manini, Mohamed Salah. So when you get someone in that shape, now watch goals now, you can get 2, 5, 10 goals by complementing Metinyaji. But if you don't have such a player, you get in a striker who will get you the goals. And you are good to go. So Liam Delap there, and Americano, if they want to get to the next 2, 3 years, then that's a Chelsea committee for the league better. But if next season they want to compete, then Liam Delap assembly. Mate. So let me identify a problem. Now let me so another thing. Pep identify the problem. He's seen say there is a certain creative be our own team anymore. Say the master can or in Kevin De Bruyne. And to a farm market, you know here who is there for me to get him in place? A branch here, Kevin De Bruyne. It's Florian Wirtz. And yesterday I was here. I'm on a personal discussion with him. Bayer Leverkusen here quoting 150 million euros. Bayern Munich so bet 100. Manchester City will pay the money they want. Give the guy a sporting project that he can never refuse. Ni papa ni agent.
Fernando Carlos and you know credit as a investor can be as a buy money no person or no own club no own himself money.
Yes. You best total a PR work in the amount. For the fact that he's a German, Bayern Munich here. But in terms of sporting decisions and making sure that you are playing the best of managers, you can't compare a bunch of Vincent company to Pep Guardiola. And with what Pep is able to do with some players, you want to go and play under him. And it's a foregone conclusion.
So Kakramano. The last season, Conforno Tomoni na Bokafo Nkwa.
Pep.
We are winning a bar. Second round of a ball Kakra. Egypt, you know. Now, Uzbekistan, you know.
Kusonov. Kusonov. I see Kusonov being a better version of himself this year.
Yes, you work on
because of that last year not buying. Who's on interview? Coaching is all about training. Oberua or buy the boot or free. If you know about the boot in Kutano. When you know on table of any language. The teammates need technical to move your
football language. None of the ball.
This alternate I ran into this space. No, but so Casamanati. So for 1 year, no, I'm sure by now we are can go past.
Look at Akanji. Akanji, I'm reference point when it comes to Pep working on people and saying Akanji.
I give you this.
And even Nathan Aki.
Look at these guys.
I give you this.
He hasn't been able to get them to that level. So I think that he will get his man. And obey my have a huge money. Premier League for no heavy BU. Charge for Liam Della near that.
Amrasu.
About a 5 nights as well.
Amrasu.
Okay. Okay. Call.
Maestro.
DIABY.
Sime do me sign your day.
Mame to us of free baby as the free, you know. I think say Obi only Pep Guardiola be him say when it comes to say one of the coaches are all rebuilding a particular team, he is one of them. You talk about Carlo Ancelotti or Obeba into Chelsea Football Club at the time I know it's dominating English Premiership, dominating even in some part of Europe, and then he will still come into Chelsea Football Club, try to make sure so rebuild that kind of team now, not Asaya or no Befa, you know. You talk about Obi say Sir Ferguson about Manchester United very rebuild team solely by the kind of policy of the tour since 1992 or 1992 classics now a realm with Manchester United. You talk about Jose Mourinho, a lot of coaches are almost superb when it comes to rebuilding a football club or meeting my merging up to become a good quality team or meeting me a competing in most of the competitions in Europe. But Pep Guardiola did it for FC Barcelona, latter part of 2008-2009. Did it for the side of Bayern Munich, and then he came to Manchester City. And Man City has been a test of time for Pep Guardiola. Guardiola to a team, and now he needed to assemble a lot of players, making sure that he will buy in a lot of players. Or the Chiki Baby Stand was set down as a sporting director that will formulate a good policy project for the side of Manchester City, or formulating a good project for the football club. But after all of these years of dominating the English Premiership, dominating in the Champions League, even in the FA Cup and any other competitions at Manchester City under Pep Guardiola, it's not dominating. No, he will still need to find another way next season. He will try to have a good rebuilding structure for Manchester City as a good football club, but they will try to compete in next season. But all competing, so we'll share in sectors of his team. Now we hear most of the things, and as most of these players are competing in the manner. You talk about the midfield. Midfield, Rodrigo Cascante, who has been consistent for 3 years with him, is here time, at the side of Pep Guardiola in that particular midfield. Then you talk about Bernardo Silva, also aged in Finfield, as sometimes as a half space depictor, and even Kevin De Bruyne, who always becomes as a creativa and as a number 10, or create a lot of chances for the side of Pep Guardiola. One particular thing about Kevin De Bruyne is that he is a holding up midfielder. He has that kind of play, but he create a lot of chances, and then he can give you that particular goals. So, what 33 years, that's the next season, or free football club, any other football club, he will try as much as possible as a coach to bring in the basic replacement for the side of Kevin De Bruyne. And I hope, and a Florian Wirtz in common 80 bem. Florian Wirtz is that particular fine player for Bayern or for Leverkusen. This season, he has contributed a lot of success for the side of Xabi Alonso. The team last season are invincibles in most of the matches are unbeaten domestically. Oh, really? The Bundesliga and the DFB Pokal. No, he was part of that particular team. Betty McCarthy said he was one of the instrumental players who played a pivotal role in making sure that the project ABOU for Leverkusen will be living up to that particular expectation. But coming to Manchester City now, he will still find that kind of contributing role. Kevin De Bruyne, Edelman aside of Pep Guardiola in the midfield, no, he will still find that particular space. Pep Guardiola will still want to use this particular player as a creativer, as a holding up midfielder, as a linking up midfielder, sometimes as an auxiliary striker who just plays behind Erling Haaland in that particular attacking third of Manchester City. And in common air say Enra, and the mama papa every Maastricht, Dutch, far playing they call Blackpool, Pep Guardiola, could be cool in common. That was a lockdown conversation, a course between Pep Guardiola for one vet and the side of Onwan Kasani periods of could do some particular in common. But Okodu, you know, and your Manchester City in Kwano Mini 18 common. Liverpool for Edom Huajim, Manchester United, Edom Huajim, and even Manchester City are still in that particular possession of Mini 18 common. Although it's a Manchester City, that's a buy for Leverkusen, or move value per person for one vet to close to about 150 million euros for Onwan Kasani price tag. So any other football club, every football club, you need to get close to about 150 million euros. From the side of buy for Leverkusen. Manchester City, 18 million make it close statement say they will buy Papa First Florent Vet. And only thing that Pep Guardiola and negotiated that kind of in common now. Or then the Mamene Papa I fly from Dutch to the side of England. Currently, as you speak, Liverpool will try to get involved in making sure say they will also get the signature of Florent Vet. But Sika Manchester City for it proposal them for one vet, no, it's close to about 120 million euros or they buy for Leverkusen. What it means is say when it comes to other factors, Papa even say Pep Guardiola to me, I'm making sure say that deal will be permanent for Manchester City. They say Omanko referee James McCarthy will be added to that particular deal. I can't say buy for Leverkusen pin before say if only say they wouldn't even accept the 120 million euros now. He will try as much as possible to add James McCarthy to that particular deal. It's about James McCarthy plus 120 million euros, and then on the side, he can buy for Leverkusen plus that particular main player, so that some player echo into the side of buy for Leverkusen. They will understand the agreement, and the side of Florent Vet will come to Manchester City and play for Manchester City. Not only for Florent Vet, for that particular number 10 creative Obobo, and also be replacing Edema Kevin De Bruyne, but the Tijani Rangers, also AC Milan. Now, when we catch us, say Real Madrid Football Club, and possibly they will still have a squad needed for Real Madrid. They'll add the January Rangers of AC Milan to the side of Real Madrid Football Club. But in Komona Urban say, Papa is Pep Guardiola wants to formulate another triangular square in that particular match for Manchester City next season. And who said Tijani Rangers and even the side of Florent Vet and then Rodrigo Cascante will form majority part of Onwan Kasa midfield forming Edinburgh Manchester City or Bobo Konim, and they will need a lot of attacking zone attacking very well. Jeremy Doku said that TBR Pep Guardiola into situations say Sabona Auburn so also in next season in about next 5 matches. That's when Timambo Boni from Manchester City Jeremy Doku omitima turn in every football club any other football club. But for Liverpool Football Club, in common with Liverpool, no say Jeremy Frimpong. And when Mekacho said Liverpool, a person finally replacement Trent Alexander-Arnold. And they will see to it, say Jeremy Frimpong will be a basic replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Commoner everybody free Liverpool was so and say, currently as we speak, some negotiation in Commoner Air Course together with Jeremy Frimpong, I'm not calling off because of say the sporting director currently all Liverpool and as lot of said in Commoner who said when it comes to the right full back position, I'm more Gerald Council as a right centre back, and then he can be used as a right full back for the side of Liverpool Football Club. And they also have Obisa Conor Bradley, who plays so well. Abraham Trent Alexander-Arnold this season. Oprakot nature, they saw Conor Bradley on Liverpool Academy in Mobile. He came in, stepped that particular position, and he made that position as Onwan Kasane Dia, Obo Nye Edema and a slot in this particular season. So say Trent Alexander-Arnold, every Liverpool, the natural Real Madrid Football Club, they wouldn't want to find any basic replacement. Jeremy Frimpong. They feel buy for Leverkusen, but then nobody used to Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley will become the main replacement factor for the side of Liverpool Football Club or Nobesi Akain, Edema Liverpool. But to the side of Arsenal Football Club, Arsenal will still be a problem for Mikel Arteta this season. McCarthy said Mikel Arteta project now said them at the side of Arsenal. He will need a solid striker with leading the attacking role at the Arsenal. Currently, as we speak, Arsenal, Gabriel Jesus, Arsenal, Kai Havertz, and they don't have a stable force who can just give them that clinical number of goals for the side of Arsenal Football Club. Osho Obi to say Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli, they give them that particular boost. But Upobia as a false number 9 inside the box, Obeti more consistent, close to about 18 to 19 goals, 20 goals per season. They are lacking that type of striker, Arsenal, Ebetimi Enyebi. And currently, as you speak, Sporting Lisbon, I'm top-notch striker for Victor Gyökeres, no? Papa said me clear Tani advance in the but last week with the dying from which they catch us said Arsenal advanced that particular talks with Victor Gyökeres. Currently, as you speak, I'm making sure says that deal no ultimately deal no the value I'm placing our Sporting Lisbon top striker no is 60 million euros. And Arsenal in common on really go the go is AD or Real Madrid Football Club. No, Andre better making sure say Obetimi put to that particular stop to that particular transfer in air cost together with Rodrigo de Gues and Real Madrid. No are focusing mainly in a striking position of Arsenal Football Club. Victor Gyökeres this season for Sporting Lisbon have given them close to about 2-figure good contribution of goals for Sporting Lisbon. Almost dominating currently in the Portuguese league flight. Currently, as we speak, Sir Arsenal and Victor Gyökeres at the number Arsenal Football Club. He can fit in that number 9 force rower. Arsenal will need him to score a lot of goals because we have Gabriel Martinelli, Obo in the far left, Leandro Trossard, Obo in the far left, Obo of Bukayo Saka. At any moment in time, he can come in, step in, and then score a lot of goals for you. Or Kai Havertz as an auxiliary striker, he can really score a lot of goals for you. And they think, say, Papa said Victor Gyökeres can come in, 60 million euros, the value, he can easily score that number of goals for you. But Thomas Partey at Arsenal, DIABY, he wants to extend his contract with Arsenal Football Club. But Partey's situation with Arsenal, they say, Partey is not happy with the way and manner Andre Berta, any Mikel Arteta, any they call it about the extension of contract. I was almost 10 man or Arsenal. No, in communion, and say Thomas Partey will be free Arsenal Bobo Kunim. Although say what is Martins will be made the air by Arsenal Football Club. He still wants to get into the midfield role of Arsenal, fight for his position, and make sure that he will be the number 1 midfielder for Arsenal Football Club as a basic deep line playmaker for Arsenal. But Mikel Arteta so who say Bona or Bono ewie MON-FRI Football Club no munko. Thomas Partey agent na contacted Andre Berta and the contract extension of him so meet man sign a contract the man man no answer. We'll give you almost 48 hours. Up to now, I know say and then you remember 48 hours no. Thomas Partey agents number of hours to the man Arsenal Eberson. Currently as you speak, Arsenal for my good response to Partey a camp. And Omu making sure say Cesar response to me and bar. If you actually call Thomas Partey, but make a big decision. Either say Thomas Partey beko Italy and also beko Saudi Arabia. No, that decision will be made Nyambo watching. So Arsenal, the kind of man in the way of man on Thomas Partey contract extension economy Partey camp no omeninje. But for Papa even say Antoine Semenyo, Snack Academy AFC Bournemouth. Now the Mercato say a lot of clubs and they interested. So meets signing Antoine Semenyo as a basic striker for the side of AFC Bournemouth. Manchester United team have that particular reasoning. Yes, Manchester United. When you check about the value of Antoine Semenyo at AFC Bournemouth, can speak already close to about 45 to 50 million euros this season for the side of AFC Bournemouth because of the kind of performance which may give it up Edema AFC Bournemouth. And then Ruben Amorim said the kind of ball number the 3-5-2 system number of Manchester United no. So one particular striker which may press it very hard in the opponent attacking boxer. Antoine Semenyo this season for the side of AFC Bournemouth. Open most of these strikers who press it very well in the English Premiership. It is obvious that Antoine Semenyo which press it very hard for the side of AFC Bournemouth. And when they say whatever Manchester United are, he can easily do that particular job. Strikers don't want to Antoine Semenyo can easily do that particular job for the side of Manchester United. So society needs to go through Antoine Semenyo. It will be a good moment for Ghana.
Mate, made us a pair Ghanaian na Udina Manchester United anymore. Everything there. Hey, Kofu be hiding Ukroma pa, but Beya Yeni Adi. I'm a call and you know Dawood Eba Hospital as well, and I'm in Kodin Komo Kakrasimadu. Emra, Yaba Penny Ababa to Azoba Gazi Aquabana Bibia called it.
Me, I don't tell my Bibia come out. Be a she. So they're more wedge na. Yenye drone so srani and non capsules na. Means we be act. We
cram ki ni se bibisa. But Dawood ointment ni Dawood 360 capsules na dey. Unya ba ya na ho dey.
Oh, I tell you, general. Ma ye jia hwefo ni atifo. Ye ma me bi won kranza. BA na or hair sabri. They would say they say or say onya problem over 50 years and this is in a chica say.
Okay.
Na on anti-grow intimate anymore. Dawood 360 capsules here, yeah, can answer me, and Dawood or intimate, yeah. I said, no, it's me, Nantico, baby, na ne bono or car, I am a dad to this, I said, doctor. Sisi and Tim Kung Tinny Bibia, Yaman de Shroud.
Wow.
It's a kid, baby, I come up. Yamin Shramonso.
Ate. But I didn't come up across Sima Dunia. We all do pay our kindly zeros who do more than say.
Yeah.
And now the Ketua cry. Yeah, I have Booby DB cheer on. And who's the woody tree are done that for.
I tell you.
Pains in those years. I didn't run at Dawood Hospital, they are more than my for.
But as a general, yes, I HOB as a bray, I wish for Fakye sports everywhere you go, social media, will be a monitor. They tell us sports. A physical activity.
Yeah.
Yes, a physical activity. Nti obu the last time you called takrade na your program na be studio line papa before I said doctor the last time pa kotoko ne has me kotoko ni. Sa game na ma mini pa. And so doctor pains bi na me famu no ye she go kra kotoko we ni amema be ka chem na me tietie omo. Enti chairman obu ho a wo hwe sisi ano or for pains be more ultimately or monitor show no but I drain no wire no so
yes
and it's sabre and nipa na hair no e no ne yemi no Dawood ointment and Dawood 360 capsules so when you been to ya Ghana baby a phone no bia wenya bi call the nearest pharmacy over the counter herbal shop okwa abudin mo amu bono ahafo techimai enkranza sunya baby a Ghana wenya bi the tia ne say okọ baby a phone dru na auto ointment na no ato capsules naka ho eye adwuma bom atego enti obabi e ya wo ya bia pains bia woti bia no now the ointment na twitwi anopa ne anwumre na wanom capsules wo de yimi ensa nom anopa take your breakfast na nom ensa anwumre no wanom ensa na ya wo a woti wo nipadua no mu nyina no general obeka sa ade ne magic me say Dawood ointment ne capsules obi a wato best 3 4 one no ma de how pains e ya wa wote enkoye no ye number no me pache o ma me mobile MON-FRI ye hospital Kumasi ida so obeba ana obekọ the nearest hospital bi ebe on e bia na wo pains na hia surgery
yeah
ana se pains na wo yinke no de wote woni padua ni mu no e bia na extraordinary enti o he sisi a Dr. Dawood number mo amon TV no e o screen na se ana se wo tie nso afre doctor sisi a 0244 88 64 37 0244 88 64 37 obia arthritis antutuo ne sasabro rheumatism e hanom capsules no be great habisa doctor memma nko adura na mesra for both sex
yeah
man memmadru sisiare pa na sa hututuo ne sasabro obi kwa adwuma ba aduane kro obedi ekura na eya wo famu no adwuma ye bi de dinsin bi obi wa na adwuma a ye kasa ginam 10 minutes kra wuntimi
no kra
enti opon adwuma say no obafia no painkillers ne ho ade Dawood 360 capsules e natural ono ma side effect bi ani achi capsules no so ointment no so sa de natural herbs e na e de aye enti de oba ne sa wapon adwuma no ebi ana ye driver ni a wo hwe bo modern asa wapon adwuma no udwa wi ate ointment ni besra na nom capsules no nom yensa no pa nom yensa nwumre obo trika say ya no the seat or the pillow kit we be out to sit in so ye call tamale driver ni for say doctor me call long journey pa ne dru ba bi no me de me car ma spare na cheze me bibri me wona kra me ye nsem bibri o capsules ye kosia o Togo e na Ghana ni bi di nwa dance ye chere me
kosia no Togo
wow enye Ghana kra o e no koto Dawood ointment ne capsules ni bi na o frɛ no say doctor in fact adro ni e kama pa isia me ko country bia so o twika kese kago ka o kwa no an say wa to capsules yi bibri no ato ointment no na chere me o say what steer na chi say e ne ajunya me o so pon otimu say wa ye okay edru no wo de ointment ni twitwi a pains bi a wote e wo no mpem se obi wa no kotodwe ye ka se obi kotodwe timi ye ne ya na ya kyekere ye de ade akyekere sei obi de no kra especially obi o ye kokko obo sa se moje bi ade da wo kotodwe ne ye ade da ho obi su sa akwada obi wa ne sasabro ne ba Now not the most sakura mesro Dawood ointment ne capsules. Or the bombardier ointment ne capsules no. For ointment ni chichi baby I would say yaw no. Na nom capsules no. E mu bejo from Dawood ointment now call yentia manim for doma for very jumedi sabri. Oko doma him kura papa ne say doctor na duru no. In the strength in that senanka. Edro no eyedra wa we ye dwumaden se wo nya dwumaden because nipa ni ahoden sebi aboa kra wa ahoden si nipa timi twa aboa nan na odinam but second betwa obi nsa kakra moja ebeba no it's not easy enti Dawood ointment no sa de ebe hono pompo bebo a pompo ne mpai onya Dawood ointment ya o de timi sra so nanom capsules no wa be afraid ya dance obu a general oda soro se na chika sei no as ye bubum onye obi asebi oye adwuma bi a otum so pagya neema but oda soro ya no na nyina ya ne ya obehia Dawood ointment ne Dawood 360 capsules but ka chiro mu se pharmacy bi e ben obi a no okwa ento ointment ne nya capsules no era mento capsule no so nya ointment no eye adwuma bom we ye numpemu adwuma ointment no na capsules no so aye ntini ni mu adwuma ohwe nipadua ho ode nyina nyame bo nipa de me nya ho ode nyina ye ntini ni numpe
yes
enti se koba se obi nya stroke a yes ne fa adwodwo ne nsa nya adwuma ne nsa na ye se awu no dompe wo mba entini no ene ho aka enti moja entimi mfam enti na wono nom capsules na ebie entini nim obi a wo nsa no na ye titiri o feeling numbness edru ba bi o se ne nsa ye dududu ontimi maso obi shampabo a o feeling as wati ade etofo obi mu ne na se etofo nom capsules no wo de anopa ne anwumre na for ointment ni twitwi pains a wote wo nan no nsa na etitiri ni nyina mu beda ho say from ama hwato obi on ne nan mu abu sometime ago ache bare wo mu a wote pains pa wo hia Dawood ointment ne capsules
that's the winner yema your footballers ne omo
I tell you eyomo papa ye wo ye nuanom a esi akan obabi a efri ba ye se wi asanwe nso ye wo ye nuanom a na ebobo areas a na nyame adom omakopie mu abroche do omo nya clubs ye yidie but omo free di adances pa say Dr. Dawood wedu na bu adwuma o ha papa
omo kono mo di bi ko
I tell you say o se fie ni fie it's football na ye physical activity no so upon training say ya or the one to me twitwi no anom capsules ne bi there is one guy of friend say abrofo no one guy bi ani agye ho ama and Dawood ointment ne products no ni nyina wo one e hwe wa bruchi o baby a wo hwe efri bia no ebi wo de hia ne so wo de wo be pick your numbers no na wa free and I say MTN number no support to WhatsApp of Fred Doctor sisi a ona obeye bibia kama
0244 88 64 37 0244 88 64 37 me say ointment ne for bones na capsules na yentini ni mu adwuma Ghana baby eto no bia obenye bia to mo amohwe e water crade mo amo central region baby a wo bia ye Dawood ointment ne capsules no enye mapping for ene wo ba wo ma akwada no fo akwada ni 13 years a wontime no but if 14 years e could be anything am say natural if 14 years is so your ba be ma obi koto say a eden ni sisi ji ni twi obi time kan o sisi yare ekum Yesu so enye sisi yare de ku no ozo de beshim
o de beshim Bible no we nim za
sisi yare ni ku
yare ya o miria nipa yare ana amane ma bebre na ha no enti wo de Dawood ointment in the capsules general Dawood ever hospital so ye boy adwumaden yare ahodo a ho bia na enti na me say Dawood ointment in the capsules no what to be say 3 ko na wanom na still pains no uyinka wo de fe your number bra hospital and now hospital be obi a obetimako but your hospital no kuma say adweso krapa old Metro FM building ni mo a yare a yes adoso age ni yare eni de wo de ba hwa ye be kan okre natural say ye hwe ni yare but apart from that we be ma na wo hwe na wo be mawu a Dr. Dawood ni friend say apagya be matias ya wo be mawu yare yes oba ye ka say awo ho aye de ama me nua batu ana wo bra the show ebia ye ka say na a stroke here yadia a kaya and a chinsem dawson because be a when your stroke be as I say I dream we are na sits na e bibio but mom paba mon kase ye de nechi ana honto no ubada would have hospital number be 0244 88 64 37 0244 88 64 37 and 0201 68 17 0201 68 17 that would have a hospital or CBA Myers. I mean, try her for any achieve for no brain shot. There, my
matter, dear, no, yet Dawood hospital, your Kokoro, what is a waka, Edward and Seri of Chemo. Footballers and Moshe Hapa. Na Titu Yama, Manon Swaya Mukujuno. Was a maestro Munam Jumana Mamefona, Bra maestro, Mebajo, Adechana Bukujma Swafiliaje, Dawood 360 capsules, no, Dawood ointment, no, or the ointment in Esrano. Na onom capsules no bonze ebema ahoden obebu ejuma manema koye pere amena ho ya ba apetias na afise na to aso e de amamo pole no wa tele nyonyo kaye wo moye ye All right, yes, I'm Makwaba be at bad Juma di Kesian, so quick one. Ma men caught na Facebook mini kakrem fe fiansane abafie ababedin komo Malik Eskata is watching Ekwao Jimezi from Cape Coast, any transfer from Barcelona, and Afi Angua Kwame Samson. I'm watching live from NCA Frame No Time Africa, watching the show live inside Agunankom and all day at 12. So I do GMF. Hi, Fakye Sports. Please, more update on Barcelona signing, more update on Mo Kudus. Please, my name is Godson from Sunyani. The also Eddie Efiode by kindly. I was here Fi Habib Rolf. I wish he never ends his analysis anytime he is delivering. We will say, but I say, Ryan Rankin Habib, the historian, Bernardo say, Kujo Afi Abu. The time for the show, MZ no medical programs when you or baby video for home. Why? And I mean, sign can be Bernardo say, Kujo to the programs manager. Abu, the time for the show is too short. So your panelists are almost always cut short. And okay, programs manager or Hawate or baby video for Young Divides watching live from Australia, Melbourne. Good job, Abu. And I feel Balarowski, David. Abu, you looking great, but as a bro, not the other buyer. Parkwasi, the other bros, his numbers is low to win the Ballon d'Or. Lami Yama, the Enoka, NIGR, Mia Ben, Ballon d'Or 2025 is Lami Yama, and a Ryan Rankin, Ababe Trazi, go take give him. Now, Ryan Rankin, after £1 million, Chelsea are still not found their project. Let's wait for the next 15 years. And I'm on the Ransford Hardy. Please, who is winning the Coppa Italia? I'm the non so home common. Yadia, you win Yadia. A boy might be the Akuyer. Mamenko on the WhatsApp, Nekakrana Menkaya. Abu, any update on your Messi coming back to Barcelona? Still Baza former as open Messi. Alex, inside say we are contemplating. Good afternoon, Fakye TV. I'm Jeff, and I'm watching live from OT region. Jessica, no, if you ever Ramo. Please, good evening. I'm watching live from Adanse Dumanu. More update on Liverpool. This is Don King Empire. Nedio de Eberno. Please, I'm Listo talking from Wasa Ratrim. Thank you for your good work. The day Eberno. Good evening, sir. Please, I'm a Chelsea fan. Please, more update on Chelsea. I'm watching live from Kumasi, Chronomime Isaac. And good evening, Abu. Have you guys follow the rise of David Abagana Sandan closely? Typical McTominay style of play from Maruk, Yuska Pharmacy. And Palme number 2. That's also new Prana and Kana Baby or Quadruno. Now, good afternoon, Mayweather Jr. from Gogo. So today, Real Madrid will lose 2-1. And Manchester United will win the Europa League. PSG will win the Champions League. Real Betis will win the Conference League. There's only Akeke the Aboum sir. Hello, Fakye TV. I'm watching live inside Akim Kwaben. Scooter. Ronaldo's son is living off his father's glory. Boy, no. Asa papa. Chamai. Oh. Mahun kamanka. Mahun yana makanri. Mahun manka. I will please have you guys to. Good afternoon, Abu. I'm Prophet Lalana from Manso. You guys are doing a great job. Greetings to Prophet Wa from Manso Jiduakon. Manso Jiduakon. Okay, the other buy, no. Bossman, what Virus is saying is true. Messi always make video calls with his kids whenever he's playing high-profile matches to release tension from Andy Dustin Koko and Andy Dustin Sudi Fiba. Hi, Abu. I'm AT, watching live from Kentampo, Newmarket, with Ima Jude. In fact, you guys are doing a marvelous work. Keep it up. The also Miami Alex Soko Takwa. They were Tomenkra. They did them one. Bro, Yamamenton Kawai. When you have this scene, a come back. They are boo out on call for Kuma. Head dim bruta. Head dim pa. Yadizim na yenin komo ofie. Na yehwe afisema nenas ebo mode ebo abo no ne ade a ora wo Kofi Adam say din commander for national under 20 team no e no mo kire want me qualify for the World Cup na she the sports minister no pa na utie ni nkomo di ozi team we no ye maintain say and the sports minister abo mode den 7 jai.
Our team, the U20 team, yesterday painfully were exited from the African Championship at the quarter-final stage. That team is really a very good team, and I believe that it is a team that when you keep it with few additions, they will grow to become the under 23 that will be participating in the Olympics competition to be hosted again by, I think, United States of America. And when that time comes, I believe football and many other sports will do us some good. Our team, the U20.
No, your command, the Honorable Sports Minister, the Altuya. There's a Honorable Buy and or share near my own head at your head net. We also win you know, Emma on air. Now, Olympic Games ever cost US, no, that's 2028. Na ya hwene de nkwadani bi ewram na aboa wane makoye pere amanra na me ambe ka chose manu ano na ano ekokushegu tidi akotoko wi no ko Jude Bellingham na yini bi na oro na tade no nsema na watwe gu ase no eza ano eden I belong to Jesus ne ade ana eno e ba beto dwa ze ne ohwe sere ne mesi kwa ene ye football man ya ade ebo abra ti ya fine so mra e betwa 500 Ghana cedi eno echi no zo ni no nim no san kokoro na tade ko ye we bi ma asutwom de man kura ne yembe hye no na eno na ehunza anopai na akọ no official handle we Facebook as why can football players celebrate LGBTQ plus sexuality but not their love for Jesus? And a question will be so we no go to Romans 14:8. If we live for the Lord, and if we die for the Lord. So whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. It's the kingdom work on the pitch. The oboma de timedi tuja. That means I say we be on kofo bibri aka wasem ne ade a no football ne dem na na LGBTQ plus for us akofo no me nim baby omu fiba support omo na underground no ano edem pa ti de okane ye no kre na football no kofo se dem na ti we no muzi kodigapo mo ne some players bi aye bi krama omo nyenya sanshi bi da the Ghana Premier League Goal of the Month nominees na April 2025 ohwe se ne mesiti a mama me hwe goals no na me nyima ba me ntoma ba wa so Goal of the Month nominees no na neighbor ko ewram no to where Razak Simpson goal versus Heart to Folk week 21 and is ohwe bibia onu agina obo wode ball no di ma otumu ze na ano edem pa ti Razak goal na di ka trinity eno echi no Raphael Amponsa Mediama against us week 26 and also bullet pa sora na damu ti ono so ne de na ba and if you are next one Nafiu Sulemana Nations Against Kotoko week 28 we baby ono so gina ball na Fedeka Sai ye wentimi anche no and adedi ono ye Justice Nkuku Ble Kotoko Pando Heart of Lions e goes we dey ni no mbebre ombebre papa because goes no e bia ye kama bia so efe no mbebre pa goes you know omebre na aboa ma nema koye di ama no wan na aye we ne ene ade na yenko ye we ni nkomo na nema ndidari ma nko na me ne Kofi eni nkomo Kofi Poku Kofi Tita ene kasa ere ma bobo ko form nation service minim no krata ye be baze fa imanu ano ho ne ade sero musifa no mini akovi na bibia aboko de alo go vuterenga mohe rich mohe na muntiwe no so kakra ma na mene okay mezo metonka baze bibia aboko de alo go bibia aboko de o mezo me wa dem pa na ye ma wakwa abaso de ba fa che TV ya me ze ye ba nyina na ye di kan amanya wa me no ba aba be di nkomo o training grounds anaze ma ye training na wie ya ko view temenka ya ko vi meda me ton kampa na o temenka ya ko vi me ton kan o temenka and then also be na wakwase ya babim na ya hwene awram ye din komo na ne ma deda din peti me dia mentino Kofi Poku mekona me no ato aso na yakona yakwa akudin komo na nsem abobede ba ne abita odo na the awram nation so maso ye etimi e dia me current account folk timi ana ne Kobe Jones HSA o team na da osisi ana was mu bebo modern a maintain na o ma hwe abo modern etimi the new faces bia ba be ram no na beboa mane ma kuyeda matimo sei ana pimpo ka sere ma supporters no ebo modern tuja
I would say technical direction, yeah, who will be kaka for me. And I think so no hate me now. You hear quality players on Bible Boom, or Bible Boy. Me, I did about yeah, I'm wine as a club, and I don't want us to repeat that again. And it's a season, and they are near players, I'm sure same wine. We need to build on consistency. Boys, your more, that is very bad. I think we need some few additions, some certain areas that bit me up. We can hit the ground around. That is what we need now. Because as a more board this season, a lot of these players are issues of this season. People now from lower division side. And our first thing with Hasselhoff a year, first season. And you give them another season. There are certain players that about Hasselhoff. It takes them like 2-3 seasons before they establish themselves. And then I may subscribe to the idea say where who say now there are powerful players in that direction. MY. But you're building upon what we have. You have some quality players in addition. That is the best way to do.
All right, you're coming Kobe Jones, Abomode, Etimi, Ediere Achemenko, na Mesane Kofi Pokutita, and Ninkomotita. There are Bibia did a Montemenkaye. Okay, now, more training grounds are Nedian Modi Aquakugu.
And the next best is from the
but go here, and a Jan so boy league in Aqua anymore. CCI. Or her baby are more than any man is sequel for the past 3 years in it. There be a nation safety. Ebe prayer Coco ye in Aqua is yes and more about just a Ramo, Ramabo modern lead after 30 matches no Mukra 54 points. Meaning I feel no target and it's a league in a yet more GD Simonaso. Send a home community here.
I will leave you last year. Last year.
I feel it as a idea more, Jana.
I will ever share me national. I think the institution here now, and I think we are now over share Ashunatia or year resolution. And as part of the resolution for the year now, it's not the management and it's agriculture finance. And now that one, the DCM is there, a representative of Africa. Now, I'm marketing to beyond the shores of Ghana. And even said, this is through the FA Cup or the league. Unfortunately for us now, FA Cup is removed them. And a better league, many options here can say, the better channel all our resources to play the league. And they will the best one. So much is to go, new league. Extend the plan, and you say it in action to the latter.
I say, your bomb president Koya Fair said the enemy. Yours, Mojino crew, Rebois, Ma, the APB bomb, come Peria. But Fabi Romuka crab there. Last time, you Titi and here say, the key player, Oyemo Captain Razak Simpson, Nasi Praka, Craig Romania. Is the updating it is saying, I want to say?
Well, I know Razak, Kenya, not for crap. Again, as a book. I think we 2-1, and the few a town called Black Star. Into no out, but we look at it. Why okay? Why worries training and look at it. But that's the thing. I just switch. I will prepare to work our next game.
But my former captain Emmanuel Boahin, you say season is shall say now on your part of but Eche Uzana or Babu, you who not you. I also prep a Roman and I send and also visit here.
And look at Boahin, extra feelings and according to you, but second round or third about a community. But that I read boy will issue Kaka or else issue Kaka, or you for someone, but he's back.
Wow. But Ovi, and you use a knee or one each of the Ghana Football Association, Maswaya. You use a knee or if you don't call Fubia, your ball game you are no monasha see him. Said in Mexico. Monaco Toko game no, Emmanuel no. There was one player, second round more than a buyer, an inclusion at Boama Club and a Coleman in Pa. Near Jumano Bonia, Diana no Edimpa. And it was an FMP for the Krata, Etimia Babi Roma. He just a game now mobile against Kotoko or Kokushegu. ekoko yi na tade ade ne atwe gu ase ne ensem bia na egum no omugiri se ne football mra no buebra di ne no omozo omo afan ne abrante no 500 Ghana cedis na ene ya hu se waba be kutu nsem bia cheche ne ma mu ze nei omo asebize bio oba ne oba ewo hoyi emema ne mema wo football ye mo kwan emo ye de omo pe na omo ton twere amponya kopon din no asotwi ro me de mo a di eno no fa bibi no eya na se enye ne ade a menim de edika asem na nkasa no a amonsa ka krata no se na musiso mu ya no se de na mo ka fa ho
ABOU emse e bo match ni no anchana when buy let and buy attention buy and you respond football club in the loss of the game. And I found rules number by 2024-25 now. It is clear that players must not reveal undergarments, bashful, political, religious, personal slogans, statements, or images or advertising other than the manufacturer's logo. It is clearly also that rules here is teaching or I found rules in my lots of the game and necessary clearly manual and all. Is guilty of offense. So we pleaded guilty and asked the FA to send us this message. But the number out, where is number out? And we as the Football Club accept the fine in good faith. We'll go forward and pay, then we continue with our game.
But yakuya di no maye nhihye bia sa mfonso we te se mo kase munimum bra no ne ade no players ni bi nkonkonko repeat bi maye nhihye bi sa any players na di nkomo bia fa ho.
I think that Biano I but sometimes because of the nature of the work maybe but going forward as a sinner we will continue doing it. I think that we have plans that we will inculcate the laws of the game during our pre-season activities. So that we are the players, the technical team, the management will be abreast with the current laws of the game.
Okay.
We are the ABOU. And we are sure people that rest assured that going forward, such things will not happen because we do clearly that it's against the laws of the game.
Wow. Mate, finally, Major Akwamo Akoba. Our next game is against Legon Cities. Meaning, they are Modira. We go Legon Cities there. Kromo Biabo Mubi. We china no bonu to. We china no boneta. Meaning, you maintaining lead, against Legon Cities. Mudra Musain.
The reason why I say for the euros, I really are the NBA. There we are everybody in an area. Yes, something that we are calling national. You say, I gave it your food. We are fan of fan. But one fan quite a lot of so the coach red eyes. There were 4 games to go, and we have 12 points. ABOU every game in every record we are the best away record team.
Yeah.
We want to embark on that feat. And whatever we are doing there, we training, the attack is there, and you're getting towards that Monday, of course, the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Now, we have 3 points. Tell you why we couldn't because we said this time around, we are not very close. Last season, we were closer, but this time, the closeness is more than last season. And before anybody can create beat me, and also the bad in this season. In ABOU, we are sure supporters, fingers crossed. The assessment for Tabia, a year, not a title that you don't call a year in the city. Yakumo, I did report to the we'll go and do justice to that.
Mate, na question back with the Remy beside a bit disturbable kakrabat. Meaning so one kwa ma bisadia, Konan Kamidia. As about my Razak Simpson, da.
Oh, yeah,
as a maton da crama team Africa.
Daddy, and then a cracker.
Sa.
Razak Simpson, making Thursday, the captain. Daddy.
Mate, wow.
On the same maybe, up with the bar. Negotiation the Cotonou, the Betona, Denton. For now, we sorry, this is the player. It's not a captain.
Ade, Kovi, Mera se pa nombre, to the BBBA, Everybody akasa na yere mpabo so tamuchi. Why? Mun kona mun koti enim. Why?
Mate. No. We still let me share into no
we project oh.
It is the pipeline.
We project today abutre. Project today so ya pemi amehwe. Why? Okay. But yeah, that's a part, you know. No, Sinyami Sharp, and you are Kofi Pokutita, and you're calling the Cocodine Commonia. Special. That's it, Dona. Yeah, we all see him conquer chairman, Subia Mrano, Aquadana Busunti, or Mujitu.
I productions and us, Nigel, but betting me share. Nah, what they are two in the city, Mamma. And I'll pay after and draw GFE. Charges nearby any and some Emmanuel and more I could post to the reactions are again, you know. I'm a bit ashamed of myself and then all of us as sports journalists in this country. I think we failed the nation in explaining some of the rules to the public. And then I feel ashamed again as a young football administrator. I said, you're educating in players to be well abreast when it comes to matters a concern they govern football. I am very happy said admittedly adhere to say the club nations FC are free to educate on players when it comes to IFAB formula. The updated version are about for 2024-2025. The moment you admit on form so it makes the case easier. And Wakanso Omoko GF, no completely guilty, or man Wakaso Omoye guilty, they accepted say Omayan from so. Now, production really the next one where I for church Kufina Kasankas he explained this, so I'll not waste my time to explain it. And Rani clear. So you're a footballer, now who see can your undergarment, who knew who can say who may show and yema a year political, a religious, and any other thing. If me, I'm a grown up and some about I don't have time to explain. Pierre Runakasa explain it. Now, actions and reactions from Ghanaians. The Amma Mr. who said, yes, and for your failing Ghana for when it comes to this part. Everybody, and as a majority of Ghanaians, now the Ethiopians said, now payment, that's right. Miamu Bimons and drop one guy, said, yes, as sports journalists. You be educated the public, say, Adema, Emmanuel, no, yeah, and what form Emretia, Liam Pachon, all of us, and as you Miamu Bimo, as one more in Tiasi, GFA Ebony. I'm a Ghana for supporters, football having fast, and I'm 10 times so. If you move GFA, if you move Ghana for football food, you need to come up with any day.
Say we are there to say,
no, I'm not talking about we know. Maybe we a reaction from Ghanaians. Oh, okay. But there are some of the posts, the entire fans and drop one day. I don't want to bring anybody in here. Any panel can say, yes. These are the reactions of Ghanaians.
Sabalano, the advice of I think if the GFA do this, how can they win any trophy with the national team? You can't fight against the creator.
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. Young country, Emmanuel, no say he must also be preaching gospel. Now, for so kind of ask my part to so about I suppose in it rented the preaching. Your poor match never to my rented. No African for say Emmanuel, no nations FC player, and as on nations are brankets no more. We make my friend nations supporters in our brankets. Near my megaphone in my preach at home. And your park and also I belong to Jesus. And are they about Emra say we are saying no. Association be when Emra a government. Before you sign, who said yeah, what footballer we play an sign contract. There is what we call undertaking. Football Association Emra play be a professional footballer be a sign. Before you sign a document, you read through and say even phone. What now sign in on phone? You say you agree. No type on I agree. You've agreed so phone now could tell. Apple for Emra no money Emra associate to what yet to say no be. And then I saw signing in iCloud and on nearby. Say Android and we saw signing in Google and on nearby. What yet to so be so? You don't sign something later on, turn back and say, then I'm a sign, I'm still against it. Then don't go and sign. So all person who preaching us all for say football, would be so attack, just near everything was you are against that until the DF at 1 month for the atom, Abraham or for you can retire from football. So one day if you fought it. There are so many ways of telling. But this is not only telling someone say.
my story, they are not really insult. Oh, no question, no, be at the water. Say, or
question, say, LGBT, no one went put, yeah, Jitum, now to an American, now say, I don't know your bonnet, then there. What was all you're saying?
Question will be said.
Question,
question
the decision, Abba. So when you don't go out and question them.
You don't act naive as he's doing.
So when you Busani and Chero, and my one day we question when the laws are here. And Morano say, yeah, we. Because the Gabu be a trainer, so to say, the Gabu Kaze, or Liverpool for any supporters. And you say, we as a nation, you go for the one who names Samarano. Football administrators will go or one redeem Rana, Bressy, and country place, we won't Jimmy. And our branch and Aquaque. Let's tell Ghanaians that the GFA has done nothing wrong. So I treat Emmanuel and was to say, Omitra 5, if any year she a wire bonnet. Emra, and if it is so. I'm not from, and yet Jimmy can say what from, because who can say, I belong to Jesus in tea. Now says, I never in the park, and I belong to Jesus, I belong to Muhammad, I belong to Allah, I belong to God, I belong to Antoine, I belong to one eye, whatever you fit. Mommy and come across them, and what from. John Fum so too.
But Mamma, we will shake his in the way. Was it? Miss Abinam Ramasa Boro had that you said about it. There is answer with the essay. Or message now, Kofamele Kofu. You're forcing. Although the GFA is completely anti-Christ.
GFA has done that wrong.
I said, we had you, by you.
Yabi.
The issues with they made that's why I don't pay me who I am is the baby. Wahame. All these are normal guys living on. And I really like that guy. Say it's here on his bono. Sign Buade, signing bono bopa. Ex-national U20 star.
Yeah.
And I know the message you have them say, Kofu church say if you know so bon Sunday or who be that.
Yeah. Or a top guy. But soon say, even with the exception of Ono or Yesano, when you go to Europe, we have players or my dedicate to my life fully for Christ. What I say? One example, Kaka. Kaka will score a goal. Kaka be better or a religious person, but then he knows the rules and regulations that govern football and all sorts of things that in football. When he says, let's say go contrary to those kind of rules, he will get punished. So the man no obey during his religious belief. No man that particular rules. But we are in a particular country. The football administrators, the football officers, and the football people, only football clubs, most of these players in some certain portions of, rules and regulations that guide football. And that is the moment. Football, our feeling say the players, immediate education when it comes to some of the rules and regulations that guide football. So we feel for that particular thing. Those people no more handle that football club no, or more deserve that position. Yes. I can easily tell you, say, we have other footballers currently as you speak. The rules and regulations are what games more cramped, most of them currently as you speak. Most of them. I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying most of them. They don't know. Because of poor ignorance and because of say administrators no more governing football clubs or more running day-to-day administrator of the football club no or more crumple as administrators no, most of them in the rules and regulations are or meeting the actual footballers no I catch them say these are the rules and regulations. So European football clubs are sometimes it's not all about tactics, sometimes it's not all about say ball and the panel but the sometimes almost city players in down as players no multi classroom football rules, football regulations, the necessities in football, players our classroom. Ever players at here, whenever be a players, they may be players NTS, they will ask questions and those resourceful personnel no, will just answer the question respectively to the player. But we are in a local league. Football clubs administrators are feeling so meeting. I educate players on such issues. I'm a players are coming abreast with such issues as more going into most of these games are koyas wording confronting rules. So player na ko go na se woyini Jesse na these things they were saying as we praise God. Me personally, I wouldn't have a problem with that. What I said, I wouldn't have a problem with that. We have some things a bit must pack
football chaos. Outside born and Kasano. One incident was South America. There were these football clubs on mobile. And player initiate go and Oyini shirt no and no throw not ya throw ewo Mexico or Mokase say fuck you all. Now fuck you all no throw no throw sorry F word sorry. No throw F word e want to just say underneath no. Now no we say no the busu ya park so. Ya pon match ni na the other supporters go attacking the busu ya for no e wo mo se kan. We have a lot of things they see with football. I believe that we have a lot of things they see with football because of those things they may avoid it. And these things go beyond football. So be it religious, be it other necessities as a football player. So we should go attack so that's sending wrong information to the spectators a bit more cause a lot of uncertainties. And I believe that is the reason why, irrespective of your belief, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of how emotional you are as a player, they always stand in the moment say, for football not to go to that extra man, and also other uncertainties outside football, you keep it that thing clean, and you as a footballer, you need to be disciplined. And these are the rules and regulations. These local footballers needs to be abreast, needs to be educated, and needs to be sought out for. So when you have this kind of education, they will go out and they will still compete with this kind of mistakes. A bit in your But for Nations FC, a big football club like that, no more failing with the so many man Bristol players with that kind of information. No, for two player, no player there or no or one own religious belief. Or feel say what should the goal? Or feel say in that moment he needs to praise God because or a Christian and or a solid believer when it comes to these kind of things. Or Baba be speared the ignorance on social media after Romans 14:8. But then even crampon in the Bible. The room, maybe no. Jesus Christ actually the disciples and say, "MON-FRI the Kaiser and my Kaiser." He even accepted. Jesus Christ even accepted. Say MON-FRI Kaiser the Kaiser no. MON-FRI Kaiser before no even Jesus Christ because he came on earth and they believe say Oba no. Human beings have set the standards and they've set their rules and regulations. And no Jesus Christ almost flaunted that rules no. The moment of flaunted that rules no. We boom raso and then we did it will catch on the disciples and say, MON-FRI the Kaiser, no, MON-FRI Kaiser. So these are some of the things that players need to understand. They need to understand these kind of things and these basic things when it comes to football. But DIABY,
I was in the same issue in my issue in ABOU the ABOU no dear no. Ne said a home community no. Me nim baby I would be far.
The DIABY for you see as I saw the final account. If the Ghana Football Association disciplinary committee is serious and they want us to uphold the standards of young football, I'm for finding being home for the post you or co-post you on the X and so on. I'm for finding being because all man warning so I money being and these things even more than the air, you know.
Oh, they be
so we need more LGBTQ no plus no me as I sit here, I don't support them. And you made decision, but they are not religious something. They are a lifestyle. Why do you call that? What have you used to talk about? John 1:11. Or no across or calling for man, you know. John 1:11. I'm not ever used to talk about. None more was I to our moon years was a muntum. So I go now check Yakuto now. Yeah, I belong to Jesus. No, any move Yasagra. Is it serious? Nobody no. What the Sony Paso Sano said you wouldn't say Muna or no wouldn't say Munu. And I'm surprised people are sending those kind of comments on Mukasans.
There are one minimum round here.
Emra. Untmin Sinchai. Emra 100%. Untmin compromise. And to South African cities, maybe they feel Ghanaian football in Piakayi. In no man is 5 in Ghana. But one for 1,500 and count 2,000 Ghana cities.
Ghana about so we am fine. Oko fines are wide. Usubia Rona Tadi.
Ubia Tadi. And Waka through your go. And I will quote rumors. And what say it's the kingdom work on the page. Sadia now, you know, you find also see the kingdom work on the page. I'm running cassette yo, FIFA a cassette yes, I now, you know, and I got a FIFA running. Yeah, born here, we need match I 6 points. We bought 15 points. A FIFA Marani, the year Madia, you have no business. But young teams who in place, they are naive. Metia said they don't know. They are naive. But if you don't know, at least such was something you are going to do. Intiano, way more BM. He's a fine footballer. Senior Okan, a farm boy, and not Jinyakupondi. No 2 years about that. Obia Jinyakupondi. Said, yes, if not money, Bianca, no more opportunity for Yaha. No, I love my girl. I love my wife. I love the food I ate. Now is a Diagro Kuma.
What is up? I feel like I do this much.
Yen Diagro Kuma, we mean face fact, we face reality. Yen can't something and monkey to one. Ghana and Kwana make many chair footballers to be Ukruma. Ghana and Kwan to a miniature. Mamma Cassanti miniature. I didn't know anyone had young can of Crencheno. My uncle found to home farm, and me can't see me bring farm, and I see Najifi Antichrist, Najifi Wine, and you don't have any business doing what yet. As all moon. I don't think I told you my man controlling to X page or man controlling to him and Yajacos the same Doyeno and whom Renier, Nasani, and Torturing was also
even for the PRO to tell us, say, or more charge in the buy, and they went there and pleaded guilty. Meaning, say, they explained to him, say, what from?
Yes,
so I'm surprised
the last time
he still
check here, but I'm checking no. Emmanuel no crami who know X in so. In Kameko who say, what delete and now delete
after sec club now
explain intimate consider say what delete nanko delete no one ka je for no for 1,000 Ghana
no
because on here nothing say obetia fufu
meba say o kasa asem na me no nya adwen so what twi emfa
kwaku ade ne da so da ho e say je fufu fine boy
ade ti na wo so mo fine
because unim o club be get ntu o mo call ho no o ma je tum say wa fun and you are still flaunting that what now put here no 19 na we say go da so da ho adu we your tray question no obisa dey
and question
obisa question you know answer
na ho
asia ho de no is the kingdom work on the page o answer na ho
is the kingdom
and no no ho so yes anya panesi no because what didn't say Yankopon ade no wa show but Yankopon no krasi enim raso enu no say fa Kaiser de ma Kaiser no because you say Kaiser mra ye mra de ni so before they need yeso and the any football mra so because football now but what go ball now e so humre wum tinam say John 1:11 say yes no kra ko ni di nyaani no
ai tita 7 controls enya abotre
mi nyanto bo say tita me padi no ye kan tra boy no
tita se nyanto
na we say da so da
ho the issue na amoka te zere na man street din common nations FC eti obisa say Liverpool dey na ko di capo ekwe no so ye sanction no does it mean say Liverpool for no educate omo so omo players
men call ho
do you understand?
I'm talking about player no
osinya ntobo ase na ye won sebu a waka mo no class club na sure mo concerning this issue tinya abotre mo na ye omo ya de wo kan
next time omo gonna
on delete him free that media on delete 19 hours ago that means still or believing the Troy no and kwaso na ekọ because 20,000 and over and I still like call. In terms say no con end that's
why. Yes.
For what reason? Say 500.
And as all we say so repeat the same.
Over 500. So you say we are contempt of court.
Contempt of
any act or behavior.
Contempt of court.
Do we are contempt of the disciplinary committee?
No.
Kwaku.
Why am I then my chairman? You are contempt of me.
Yeah, contempt. We say
now we did this committee. No crowd. Never come out to. Omo no dia kra no kra hia so twe kra je we wo this plan committee no omo mpe no kra omo mpe no kra
I don't know
yo issue omo mpe no kra man issue concern bi mu a pick na ba bi mu de omo nka
issue bi to say there any day
so na odi asam na ba tuma mu je
clubs no do face sanction when they play against Kotoko hard to fight. Titu referee score mo ye eyo mu jemu no. Ye sanction mo. Ba Kotoko ne ha score baby. Na say bi omo so kokoya di bi enye ana referee be ba hande omo game. E wo Kotoko na ha asifie no sisi the wait no. Omo check ko
TV station do say no nzo omo La Liga ni mo maye referee ho adwuma. TV station do no La Liga ni mo maye referee ho adwuma. Real Madrid referee ho adwuma.
Ore me ba ma me ne Kofi ni nkomo so person clear ni ma.
Okay, fine.
Na ye nye we ya. Tita. Yeah, Tita. Yeah, I'm also person clear ni ma bi meet you.
Yeah. Abu.
Yeah, me too.
That's opportunity. Yeah, Abu, me too, Kaba.
Yeah, Yanko, me too.
The reason is say issue bad. We don't use emotions to judge or comment.
Okay.
Obara say there are some who didn't quite yourself and me and so on. It's too much away.
No, I don't think so. One can't quite yourself. One can't quite yourself. No. The material is it. COVID. The material is it. Said you be this in Muna. Near so one can't quite yourself.
Yeah. Fine, corrected. Matthias, what is the symbol in this? Any issue number, we issue number, and now you try to find a solution. But for you to say obedience, what is the symbol in this? Clearly, I offended, and I like offended based on the loss of the game. We as a team, we went to the FA, we pleaded guilty because we sanction number, you accepted to pay the fine. And for the other guys to say nations and failures, you see, in this country, Tasembane, a local team, a different. But a foreign media, a different. Tida. I want to challenge you to bring Kodikapo sanction to the Queen of Bianre.
Tida.
Me say, Poku Nyanagin say, Obe Facing Fat, no facing the crap. So we a club owner, and I saw a club PR person. Nasa was so called Kojitu Muse, and Pa, you are at fault. Now, player control it to a Facebook and X as well. Then a player
never posted anything after sanction the buy.
Why then did the player go and say something again?
Because aftermath post in a mama for Eka say if you know a antichrist they are what. Meanwhile, I am running if you know
I will continue and always say said the player and I will not retract that. I will tell you Poku.
Let me tell you this. We have failed as a club to educate our players. Fine, accepted. Okay, Liverpool, you are sanctioning Kodikapo and Cafe. Now, I want you to publicly put out Kodikapo sanction on the screen of Bianne.
You want me to put?
I want to see that. And I think Liverpool as a team, as professional as they are, have they also failed to educate their players? Are you also telling me that the likes of Mo Salah, Kodikapo, and the likes, they also don't know the loss of the game?
I'm not even talking. I was not talking about the Gakpo or whatever deal. I was not making that argument.
And the boy is at fault. But you don't just use emotions.
I'm not using emotions. You also use emotions to talk. My football loss, you tell your player, now you are tagged a yellow card. Yes, yeah. But after they have shown the yellow card, they don't go and throw on the social media. If you want to come and say emotions, you're also talking with emotions. When we are showing for emotions,
Tida.
Me too. Yeah.
Mate, merase why? You say share. Why?
Mate, bro.
Okay. You fan pim na yenyada. Ye PJ Munafi yenko. Abibi yako. No. Keep mute, Miss Shaw. Keep mute.
Okay.
Vas yako. Ayi yako. Abib.
Yeah, we yako ma me BT protocol na me wish a brother Anyas Kakuta take. A happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Nyame Isha na onye wakuma so adi nyina emfama. Anyas Kakuta. Happy birthday.
Yeah, come on show.
Na DIABY minister say
but I wouldn't be. And I've asked them about Koba, so or can I mean to the agreement? I saw you was saying, or China Moabama. Yes, I said, or China said that time at 2 hours. It's like a call Bangladesh. Free nation, who could ship Ubimuna, who could say, oh, the and I this is on carbon. On carbon. I'll see my good team. That is a good. Maybe as a Timunabotre, China Bao, we are called Abuko.
Freddy Nuna, per report about Jabisina, who you come or Mammy call is it KGT side and refuge call. Mammy chat till a senior guys in Namuton football boot near that. Till our name, a young panaphone in Nam refuge, Fidinica Carcabat, a church Munina, your mind's waiting a queer or what. I would have But I'm sure Mr. Nice. Mr. Nice, oh, yeah, Oko Commander Junction. Yeah, Tonton, Mutu, Ni, Boya, and Sanaman. Was a country so China. Over Tinenka. Why?
I say, yeah,
yes, I get it. Happy. But in a face fata, young face, yes, some young cartoons in the city. So we are two. No wako no waje atum say
obrana so ya
try ya not
o chebe say shiara de akebia bia to aso de amamo there obi bia say exactly 6k chebeba e the news flash ebe ramo e de amana afi nyume obrafie DJ Tofia kwa Mr. Amuba wa be trans and all the aka ato